Hello, welcome back to another episode of Two Dudes Drinking Beer. My name is Josh.
Sad. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Two Dudes Drinking Beer. My name is Alec.
You don't have to remind me.
I'm sorry.
I got it.
I didn't mean to trigger a nerve, bro. I'm sorry.
I got it.
I'm sorry. We're cool.
Yeah, you know, it's March 31st. It's the day that Ron Swanson.
What the fuck? No wonder you haven't addressed the calendar in forever.
It's
You're
only 9
11
days off.
No, it's 31st? Oh, yeah, it is 9 days.
Come on, man.
Oh, I saw the 2 and I was like, 2 is one more than 1, and that's 11.
It's the day that Ron Swanson has all of his meetings scheduled for because March 31st doesn't exist.
Okay.
That's what April thought.
April Fools?
No, in the Parks and Rec.
I get it.
If you've ever seen that show.
I got it. I thought you were making an April Fool's joke.
No, that's for tomorrow.
Okay. And I ordered something on Amazon and it said it's coming on April 1st. And I was like, nah.
Maybe.
I hope I get it on the 2nd.
Today we're drinking a Deftones beer.
Today we're drinking
the Deftones beer.
a beer called Ohms. It's
by Belching Beaver.
By Belching Beaver again. It's a collaboration. They actually have had some good ones. This is the 3rd Belching Beaver beer, right?
Everything Belching Beaver we had on the show is terrible.
Really?
Because we've only ever had it in that mystery box. And it was fucking gross.
I guess I'm getting confused.
And I was the only one who had them.
I guess I'm getting confused because this is the fucking label I keep seeing where it's like paper.
A sticker?
Up here. Yeah. It's like a little cheap. I love the design though. That's what caught my eye. So
today is Duty to be FFOTD. The fun fact of the day, the bean out of the butthole, is that human fingers have no muscles. We are able to move our fingers thanks to a combination of bones, tendons, and muscles which are present in our palms and forearms. But your fingers themselves have no muscles.
That's a trip, bro.
Something you don't really think about.
That just means your tendons are really strong.
Yeah, it's tendons and skin.
That's crazy, really?
Fat, probably.
It's got to be fat. I think it's going to be fat padding.
Well,
cheers.
Cheers to this pale ale. We're actually drinking beer today. Pretty standard pale ale.
I don't know how.
Nothing special.
But the way this
can
looks.
Has a sweet aftertaste.
The way this can looks is the way it feels on my tongue.
So it changes based on the light that hits it?
Mm-hmm. It is kind of sweet. Really almost like dry.
Nah, it's pretty moist. It's pretty wet.
No, but
it has it has a sweet aftertaste.
You know what I'm saying though, with like champagne, how it's like dry.
Yeah.
It's got that bubbliness to it. I taste a lot of dryness in it, as opposed to like the sweeter side of it. It's very.
I disagree. Well, at least I don't experience the same.
Pretty flat.
It's pretty carbonated. I don't know.
I mean, it's bland. It's like it's not the zippity zappity doodop that I was hoping for.
Well, I enjoy it.
I was hoping for something a little more.
Too many ohms.
Well, I think
not enough ohms.
I think the can was misleading. It's like when you look at a fat ass and you're like, "Damn, baby, you got a fat ass," and then she turns around and she's got an ugly face. This is the ass. I'm looking at this ass. I'm like, damn.
It's literally just dots.
That's nice. I know, and it's fucking.
It's just
getting me, bro.
Fucking dots. Dots trigger you.
Mm-hmm.
Like the candy. Have you ever eaten dots?
I don't like them. They get stuck in my teeth.
They're super gummy. They're gross.
It's like eating fucking tar.
So I actually made a joke about dots in one of my film class, not film class, but like before when I was still in high school videos.
How?
Still alive.
What was the joke, Josh?
The joke was I could just show you. I'll just show you. It's easier.
Don't want to go through the pain of re-saying it.
It's really dumb to explain the whole thing. Yo, what's up? Checking in from
Wasabi.
R. Kelly's basement.
He probably hasn't let you out in a while, considering he's locked up in America's basement.
Well, assuming you get the privilege to go to work, I think you're there voluntarily.
Follow at DJ Phantom. Ron's gonna blow up one day. All these follows and just be like, how?
I mean, if they even follow him.
I remember this. I remember her.
Taylor Garza.
I thought I saw her at the bar St. Patrick's Day, but it wasn't her.
What's up? How are you?
Wow. Cut to the chase.
That gave me a...
Way to go, YouTube. Don't touch that if I was you. Okay, Josh, what's the punchline?
It's about dots. I'm following a trail. I'm looking for a sword. Sword of the Stone, because I'm...
King Arthur. I remember.
And... Hold on, I just gotta find it. This video is ages old.
Yeah, everything's, ages old after a few years.
Shut up.
It's that many years
This
old.
is 2013.
2013. Oh, man, it's so weird seeing a Westlake building again.
Yeah, do you know what building this is?
It looks like the art building.
You'd be correct.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, it's such a trip because I'm like, I get like this weird like flashback, it's like a physical thing. Like my skin crawls. I'm like,
Yeah,
that
like an actual response.
Yeah.
I must summon an ally. I must summon Apolophagus.
Top tier acting.
I know, right? We're all kids.
Apolophagus, I summon thee.
Here.
I need your water chamber.
What happened? Did you jump all that?
What?
It's a sword.
That's the sword I made. That's a different sword. That's not the sword I'm looking
Sire,
for.
where are we going now?
Well, now that we have our map, we're following its directions. Oh, look, candy!
No, I wouldn't touch that if I were you.
I'm getting a little tired, man.
Sir, it could be a trap.
Nonsense! Sweet.
Nobody likes dots.
I like dots.
I like dots. So that's that.
If anything, that's how you should know it's not a trap. Because no idiot's gonna be like, let's set a trap. Could you just only afford dots? What, was your kingdom in ruin, King Arthur?
Fucking nobody likes dots. I like dots.
I like dots.
That's how you know it is a trap. If he's the only person who likes dots.
I guess so.
That's how you get them.
Jack and Jill, we like breadcrumbs.
Yeah. Now my eyes are watering from trauma.
Really?
No, probably not.
I was like, what happened, dude? Where did they shove the sword into you?
Well, we used my brother's sword.
So, show me on the doll where they touched you.
I like dots.
Yeah, dude.
It's not my favorite candy. I'll eat it. I'll eat like one little box.
I mean,
Here
it's
or
just
there. They're gross.
The more I think about it right now, the more my teeth start to hurt. It's like,
You got cavities.
well,
sir.
yeah, it just No, it's not why.
It might be.
No,
You never know.
I'm pretty sure I know.
It smells like hot dogs now.
I know. At least it actually smells like hot dogs when you burp hot dogs now.
After I eat hot dog, it's
After I eat hot dog. Just fucking blowing the lid off over here. How was your weekend?
it's Wednesday. The weekend already happened.
All right.
So my overnight, if you want to know about that.
Yeah, tell me about the fucking grind, bro.
My overnight was cool. It was the first half. They actually were there like super early. They were there counting the store at like maybe 4 o'clock.
The third
so
party
like,
you
before
told me
we
about?
even got there, yeah. They were RGIS was the name of the company.
Oh, I was like, is that an acronym? Probably is.
I don't know what it means, but
They're-
RGIS.
They're already going in stores. Readily going in stores. Damn, they're fucking cheap.
This is not them.
Regis Inc. I'd buy some of that. 0.03 cents.
Is a dedicated partner to help you achieve your inventory goals with customized solutions. That's wrong.
Sounds like they need a marketing.
So yeah, they specialize in inventory for companies. What the fuck was that?
That's my fucking chair.
It's the little protector for the thing.
The protector of the ring.
So yeah, they were there super early. It was really weird. There's a lot of people in the store.
You go in the store like, who the fuck are you? You're like, I work here. Who the fuck are you, dude?
And they were wearing red too, so it kind of threw me off.
Really?
I thought there was a whole bunch of new people.
Hi, we're here to replace you?
But yeah,
Okay.
I really didn't do a whole lot. The second half, like after lunch at like 10, they gave me like electronics keys. I'm like, hey, if you're, just watch them, you know? If they have any questions about if things don't scan, answer them. If they don't scan, throw them away.
That's it. Just fucking
Yeah. I mean, if it's not in the system, it's not in the system. We shouldn't even have it in the
throw
first
it in
place.
your car. Would you get in trouble for that?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Although we
Don't out yourself.
we found items that were from last year that were promotional items. So if you bought something, it's an Animal Crossing journal and calendar. And so if you bought something, you would get this Animal Crossing journal and calendar for free. In the store, there were an inventory
Just
for 5
something.
cents.
It's like
Well, it's like probably if you buy Animal Crossing.
You buy a pregnancy test, and then just like, so you get an Animal Crossing character. Hope the baby likes it. It's like, oh, we're definitely getting an abortion.
I think it was if you buy Animal Crossing, you get this journal. Mm-hmm. And so they're in our system for 5 cents just because they need to have a value. Mm-hmm. But they're promotional items, so you get them for free. And they got lost in the back.
I bet you someone working there at the time hit it and was like, I'm going to save this all to myself.
A whole box.
I will have the animal collection
of useless journals that all look the same and are no different.
Hey, man, one day it's going to be worth a lot of money, and you're going to be looking like an ass.
Mine's still sealed. I didn't open it.
Oh, you got them?
Yeah, my boss
Well, go get it.
Gave me one for free. He was like, do you want this? Like, we're not going to do anything with it.
Uh-huh.
I'll show the people.
Fuck yeah.
Fill the air.
Yeah, well, we're still kind of waiting for more people, so... Australians, the Czechs. All we have is the Mexicans right now. And I said that out of love. I know I sounded really rude in the tone, but, you know. How's your day going, man? I got a few talking points to talk about. That was super fast, Josh. It looks like a Curious George book.
It's a journal.
Oh, that's the Animal Crossing character?
Yeah, Tom Nook.
That dude's in all the memes.
Yeah, he's a greedy Jew. He is. Do you know anything about Animal Crossing?
No.
So, Tom Nook is basically the guy who sells you everything and charges you a whole bunch of money. He owns the only business, and he's a debt collector also. So yeah, it's just a little journal. It comes with a calendar.
That's actually pretty awesome. Is it a collector's thing?
I don't know if I can know. If you want it, I'll sell it to you for like $1,000. Not you, but the people.
Oh, I'll buy it for $2,000, and then I'll sell it for $2,000.
Yeah, still sealed.
Comic Mischief.
The last year product.
Not
item.
really. There's a hole right there.
Well, I don't know, man.
So that's just like a journal for like kids.
Yeah, it's right down your cheat codes in it.
Yeah, those were the days, dude. Those days are fucking long gone.
Yeah, I never wrote them down. I just memorized them.
I wrote them down.
But that's the autism in me.
I wrote them down and I like had it tucked in the game case, and then I eventually memorized them. But I only wrote them down because I would check out books from the like library at school, and it was like cheat codes to video games.
The cheat books.
And it was the only book I ever checked out at school. And she's like, I remember it was like the 3rd or the 5th time checking it out. And she's like, again? Really? And I was like, yeah, got a new game in there.
I like to read.
Yeah, well, I would get a game, take it home, write down the cheats, play the game, and have the cheat codes. And then like I'd return the book. And then next week, if I got a new game or something, like... because I remember like I got a whole like Grand Theft Auto and stuff, and like those games were in there, so I needed those cheat codes. And then like
you didn't need.
Yeah, but then it's like I had Tony Hawk games, right? But like I got like Grand Theft Auto from my sister, so I was like, okay, well like now I need the book again. And every time I got like a new game, I was like, I need the book again. I need to at least look in the book.
If there's any cheat codes, some games didn't have any fucking cheat codes. And
I feel like a lot of games don't.
They were always the game that you like wanted fucking cheat codes for, just to make it that much easier. And they didn't have fucking anything.
I bet you the majority of games, and that's the thing is like, that's basically when you think about it. If you don't have cheat codes to your game, you will have like those speedrunners who like find those glitches and what are they called? Like the weaknesses. They have the word for them.
Speed strats.
Yeah, but like whatever it is,
The workarounds.
Yeah. That's like the cousin of cheat codes. Because it's like, how can you beat this game faster?
But cheat codes are illegal in speedrunning.
Well, the fact that cheat codes are illegal, and they're breaking the literal laws of physics in the game, going through walls and shit, feels just as illegal because a cheat code.
Well, everyone might not have access to cheat codes. That's the basis.
Everybody has access to cheat codes.
Not everyone may have access. That's why like certain games that are ran on certain platforms won't allow emulator runs to be it's like a whole other category. Because if I were to run a fucking Nintendo game on my computer compared to it on like an actual cartridge, my computer's gonna have faster loading times, so my time is gonna be that much faster.
That makes sense.
So like not everyone has access to certain things.
Sure,
You can totally do an any percent, beat the game as fast as possible using any sort of means you want. Go ahead. If there's cheat codes for that game, use them. No one fucking cares.
Yeah, but it's any percent though, right? So it's like, yeah.
With cheat codes, or with anything, that's that category.
I'm a little surprised that they don't allow it because I've seen them literally. They do this thing where like they like flick it off and flick it on, and they spam like a button. And it causes it to glitch and jump to the credits, and they're like, "Well, that counts as beating the game."
It's rewriting game code. It's called an underflow.
There you go. And I'm surprised that's allowed, but cheat codes aren't.
Well, a lot of the time, it's really So there's a super it's not famous, I guess, but it's like super well known in that community for Super Mario World to that credit warp. It's super hard to do. A lot of it's frame perfect inputs that a human can't do. So a lot of it's tool assisted only.
Is there a category for tool assisted ones then?
Yeah, people just do that
just cause
for their fun.
That's insane.
Just go frame by frame for a game. It takes so long.
Now I'm tripping on that word.
Your hair is fucked again.
Let it be fucked.
That's gross though. They got a little ducktail. Look at Frankie.
Oh, those hot dog Costco burps. So we were talking a little bit earlier about the school system, and I wanted to bring this up.
School system did me well.
I was in a political science class, maybe not even political science class. I think it was a U.S. politics class. And the teacher was a super cool dude, really laid back. And he at one point goes, well, like, what do you want to do with your life? Because, like, everyone who goes to school, K through 12, is, like, put in school because all they're doing is teaching you how to be in a child factory. Because you want to hear the bell, you want to get to work, you want to sit in lines, and if there's a question to the supervisor, you raise your hand, the supervisor comes to you, fixes said problem with the sewing machine or whatever it was kids were doing in those sweatshops in America, and then they'd go back. And you said school teaches obedience.
I think so. I mean, I learned how to be obedient in school.
You think that's like kind of
learned how to follow direction?
Do you think that's kind of the structure? Because when I told you that, you were like, I never heard that before, and it makes perfect sense. And if if my college professor is telling me that's the reason for school, I'll believe it that much more.
Yeah, a lot of my professors, some of the professors I had were fucking wackadoos. So I wouldn't trust everything they say. And
I'm gonna Google it. Go ahead, give me a little synopsis of what you think, and I'm gonna Google that shit because that's.
So I mean, but a lot of our systems that are currently in place are from the ages of industrial.
That's the word I was looking for.
Exploits
for the video games.
They don't export anything.
Exploit.
Yes, there you go.
That's what I said.
You said exports.
I didn't.
You did. It's on a recording. We'll look back at it.
You'll be wrong.
Okay. So a lot of the systems that we currently have in place are from ages that are like 100 years old. So if our school system currently still exists to teach us how to be a good little noodle in a child slave labor factory, then it's definitely an outdated system. But I mean, I don't think that clocking in on time and asking questions the correct way stems from us being in elementary school.
I googled, was school formed to teach kids to work in factories? And in big bold letters, when Google does, how Google does. It says the modern education system was designed to teach future factory workers to be punctual, docile, and sober. Before that, formal education was mostly reserved for the elite. But as industrialization changed the way we work, it created the need for universal schooling. Wow. So he was right.
I mean, as things get more specialized, yeah, you're going to need to teach more people new things.
But they were teaching them, it's like, they said punctual, docile, and sober. I don't know what docile means. That means lazy, right?
Calm.
Ready to accept control or instruction. Submissive.
Calm.
Wow. It's a brainwashing system.
So are you going to, if and when you eventually have kids, are you going to homeschool them?
Fuck no.
You're going to let them fall into the same system?
Yeah, bro, go to public school. Strong minds prevail. I'm up here being like, yo, I've always thought the school system was fucking whack, yo. And then you see that and you're like, the school system's fucking whack, yo.
School system.
Now my kids need to go learn that shit. Go fucking be like, go walk through hell and tell me you don't like it.
Here's
That way you
whack
can be
material.
like, hey, Dad, I don't like any of this shit. And I'll be like, you shouldn't, because you don't need any of it. Get a job.
I feel like they wouldn't trust you after that.
My children shouldn't trust me in the first place.
And you shouldn't have kids.
I'm not. That's why I'm fucking pull out strong, bro. Yeah, factory school model, Wikipedia.
That's not a credible source.
Okay, said every teacher. Are you with them? Are you on their side?
I support teachers' unions.
Fuck teachers' unions. That's the thing. Teachers don't even know. Well, maybe they do. But here's the thing. Teachers are part of that system.
So
They're the enslavers.
So are the lunch ladies.
Yeah, fuck them.
So are the nice ones that call you honey, the black ones.
Fuck them, bro.
They're so nice, though.
They're all working to keep you in chains and in bondage. In a world you can't see, taste, smell, or touch. In a prison
You can see
for
it.
your mind.
You can see it. You can't touch it.
I was quoting The Matrix.
Oh, okay.
You would know that if you were woke.
A movie I've never seen and never will see. Just out of spite.
Said the film student.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of movies that they say you need to watch to be a film student.
Something
Like Citizen Kane? Fuck that movie. That movie fucking sucks.
I heard Citizen Kane sucks.
It's a terrible movie. People
Yeah.
only like it for its angles.
There you go.
Terrible.
Hey man, that's important though. Could you imagine like writing a terrible movie like The Room or something, and someone's like, man, it's a terrible fucking movie, but at the end of the day, you got to understand like what he did for the film industry and for people alike, for like directors, producers, and actors. He changed the game for everyone because of that movie.
Just change the letters of the Proud Boys Club to
Special Boys Club.
have K's in all the words. Then there you go.
Crowd Boys Club.
It's a KKK joke, man.
I know.
The Simon between the clan. Be the next Grand Wizard.
So
That's the coolest fucking title. It's just the shittiest organization, but they have the coolest fucking title.
I was gonna say too. I was thinking like how, like statistically speaking, there's a lot of like. Here, let me just look up some stats before I start acting all ignorant.
It's best to come correct. But while you do that, you can become a wizard. You can get a little piece of paper that says you're a wizard. And it's not from Hogwarts, because that shit's gay. Oh, speaking of gay, today is Trans Day. Trans Awareness Day.
Happy Trans Awareness Day.
Or some shit like that, I don't know. But yeah, you can become a wizard, you can get a license, and you
Get a
wizard.
license.
Yeah. It's a
That
license.
sounds like a scam. Everything is a scam.
Like those buy 1 foot by 1 foot square land in
Yes,
Scotland to
absolutely.
become a lord.
Absolutely, bro. Everything's a fucking scam. Scam.
The simplest path to become a wizard I know is step 1, research and find out what being a wizard means. Step 2, work to become and understand what a wizard is. Step 3, repeat steps 1 through 3. Research, learn about it. Research, learn about it.
Is that a real thing?
That was the
Those are
fucking
the 3
article
steps?
I read.
I love that. How do you become an electrical engineer? Research electrical engineering, become an electrical engineering.
Research it, learn about it. Research it, learn about it.
I mean, they're not wrong.
That's just such a fucking...
I mean, it's literally everything.
Such a fucking lazy, jackass way to explain something.
Can't believe I forgot the word exploits earlier. Okay. How would I word this? I want to bring up statistical analysis of deaths of people who are black under the age of 25 and people who are white under the age of 25 and see the relation to gang violence.
Okay.
How do I put that in a sentence in Google?
Gang-related deaths.
Gang-related
among youth.
Deaths among us. Just kidding.
Nope. Among us.
Did you see? You saw the meme I sent you, right? Where it was like the
edited ship.
Was it edited?
I think it was.
Well, we need to find out if it was or not.
I believe it was.
Okay.
So why are you looking at gang violence?
Well, I was talking to a friend recently, and they remarked that I was a rapper, and they're like, "You're not in a gang."
You don't have to be in a gang if you're a rapper.
I know, but they were persistent in the fact of like, you're not a rapper if you're not in a gang. And I pointed out there is a gang for white people. It's just the least chill gang of them all.
The KKK.
And she laughed at that. And then I was like, but like, really, like, as a white person, you really have like the choice to like be racist or like law school, like,
or get yelled at.
Yeah,
for
it's like
being racist. When you're not.
Or like just like drug overdose. Like the white future is like really narrow. Like I'm not saying like I wanted to join like street gangs or anything. I'm just saying
you're either white collar or you're racist.
You're either white collar or blue collar, which is implied racist.
Racist. Well, there's racism on all spectrums
for sure. But I wanted to look up the facts because I was curious about it. Look how hard that fucking World Health Organization
the banner
snaps. It's so discomforting. Yeah, so I wanted to find the statistics of like white deaths gang related and then like black deaths that are gang related. And then I wanted to like come back and be like, yo, so like, you know how I said like being a white gangster's not chill? Here's why. Because like you're only fucking racist. Like there is no real like...
Definitely, like, do that research. Find out that figure.
Wouldn't it be interesting to like... Because like it like...
I don't think it's super high comparatively, but...
I don't know. I just the thought of like, why aren't you in a gang? You're a rapper. And I'm like, I'm white. And then being like, well, like, that's like... Yeah, there's really only one gang you can join as a white guy, even in like prison, and it's just like you have to hate all other races.
Just join fucking NBA or NLE or fucking, I don't know, all the fucking acronyms that exist in our current rap age. Those are the only two I know off the top of my head.
Risk factors with close relationships. Family, friends, intimate partners, and peers are most likely to kill you.
Peer pressure does not exist.
There you go.
You are your own person. You do it based on your own self.
Poor monitoring and supervision of children by parents, harsh, lax, or inconsistent parental disciplinary practices, a low level of attachment between parents and children, low parental involvement in children's activities, parental substance abuse or criminality, parental depression, low family income, unemployment in the family, associated with delinquent peers and or gang members.
Have you seen that video that's floating around?
Okay, Rick.
Instagram, where it's that lady, she's pushing a stroller onto a train, and then she leaves the train, and the train fucking leaves.
I think that shit's fake. Please tell me it's fake.
I don't know.
I've seen it. That shit looks so fake, dude. If anyone's dumb enough to like do that and then go outside of a train for a phone call, dude, like it is very fortunate that there was a really chill guy just drinking a beer being like, I should hold this baby. But like, holy shit, what were you thinking, lady?
So based on that website, that kid has a high risk of joining a gang.
I mean,
or succumbing to a life of violence.
I don't know. Maybe he's just like, yeah, some guy saved me from my bitch of a mom. he was an alcoholic, so figured I'd give that a try.
Imprinting is very strong on babies.
Maybe that's the outcome. I don't know the outcomes. I'm just saying is like there's no chill white gangs, and
they're called bands.
yeah, it's called band camp. They're called bands. You're right. If you want to be in a gang with white people, you just have to start a band.
Got no music.
Yeah, because it's like we can fucking say fuck our parents, bro, but like into a microphone and then like sell the CDs, bro. Or it's like, or like marching band, and it's just like,
my friend Chris has a van. We can use it to tour.
yeah. Oh my god, that's awesome. White gangs are just called bands.
Now every gang member is gonna get upset that we said that.
I don't think the gang members are the sensitive ones in this in the 2020 snowflake era, bro.
There was this article where a mom left her baby at the airport and she realized she was missing her kid mid-flight.
Yeah, there's a few movies about that, I'm pretty sure.
My grandma left her wallet in an airport bathroom and it was never found again.
You know, I love that that's how your story ends, because someone else's story ends saying, I found a wallet full of money.
Yeah.
I was at this airport and I found this old bitch's wallet full of cash. What are you doing carrying around cash in an airport?
We were going to Hawaii.
Oof.
Yeah.
Big oof. Was that the recent Hawaii trip?
No, it was a long time ago.
That sucks, man. It's never fun to lose money.
I was in the bathroom too.
One time
I could have prevented that.
Damn, you could have tackled him or fought him.
Well,
Hey, bro, nice purse. Looks a lot like my grandma's.
I'm sure it was taken a lot longer after the fact, but she either left it in Hawaii or before we left.
So there's no way to even tell.
Yeah.
I went to Westlake to get my schedule and all that. And you know how at the beginning of the year you can like buy a yearbook or something? And you pay your ID cards and shit?
Way cheaper.
It's way cheaper. I fucked up on that one, but
yeah, they're like $60, and if you wait until the end of the year,
$300.
Yeah, it's super fucking expensive.
Really expensive. So basically, what happened was, I get my ID, I get my schedule, and I have like my money for the yearbook purchase. I have like $120, or like I had like 200 in total, but I got 120 for the yearbook, and then like just some extra cash just in case I needed it. Go to the bathroom. I go up to buy my yearbook, and they're like, it's like 120 or whatever. I pull up my wallet. Wallet's not there. I go, fuck. And I'm freaking out. I couldn't buy my yearbook. I couldn't buy the other shit that I wanted to buy for the beginning of school. I was like PE clothes and shit like that. Nothing like super important, but it was just like shit that like I needed to buy.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, like I got no money and I have to go home now. Like there's no other choice. I go home, and the day school starts, I go to my classes in like 5th or 6th period, like whatever homeroom was considered after the announcements. They're like, well, Alec Barton, please come to the office. And I was like, what? Now everyone just knows that like I'm going to the office. Like just me, no one else. It wasn't like these people come have a cookie and some breakfast with us. It was like, come to the office, day one. And I was like, fuck. I walk up to the office and I'm like, hi, I just got called in from my homeroom. They're like, do you have ID? And I was like, yeah. And I showed them that ID, and they're like, all right. And they just hand me my wallet. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Oh, thank God. And I opened it up, and the cash is all gone. And I was like, damn it. Like, do you know where you found it? They're like, found it in the bathroom. And I was like, do you know who turned it in? They're like, the janitor. And I was like, fuck.
He took it.
Someone
The janitor took it.
I mean, it's possible, sure. But it's like someone stole all my cash, all my money, ditched my wallet in the bathroom. Like about almost $200. And just fucking saw my photo ID and everything, left everything else in my wallet. And there's like an iTunes gift card and shit too that I haven't done or anything yet. But they just saw the cash and took it and dipped. But
You don't take cards.
yeah, but yeah, dude, I was so pissed because I was like, that's like $200. It was for all my shit that I had to get anyway. So it just cost me now double what I was going to spend. Mm-hmm. And then there's some asshole walking around the school for that year until they graduated, knowing they took $200 from me.
Some dumbass kid.
Some asshole kid, bro. And I'll never know who. I'll never know why. And they probably don't even remember. They don't stay up at night thinking about it.
If this makes it to you, come on to the podcast for a death match.
I will fuck you up.
Steel cage match.
Night or day. You want hands? Cop to the crime,
They're like
bro.
6'4", 315.
Fuck them. I'm bringing a knife, bro. Fuck you. This is called incest, bitch.
Fists only.
Nah.
I would have thrown your wallet. Yeah, I mean.
Well, yeah, because
Also, don't drop your wallet.
I don't know what happened. I could have got pickpocketed. I mean, I had it in my pocket the whole time. It might have fallen out when I sat down somewhere. I really.
Did you take your pants all the way down to your ankles to take a piss?
No, not wasabi. I really don't know what happened to it, but at the end of the day, it was like, fuck, man, like, it's one of those things that irks me. Like, to this day, I'm just like, man,
to this day,
like, do you know what I could do with $200 extra right now?
Pay bills.
Anything I want, and I could say, leave me the fuck alone about it. But no, it's gone. So
Yeah.
money's gone, and school teaches you how to work in a factory.
Definitely like those right before school starts and you go to school to like get your schedule and pay for everything is like some of the weirdest times.
Those are my favorites, though.
Because like you see everybody, and granted I didn't have friends when I came here.
Neither did I.
So like my first semester was like the weirdest fucking place because I'm seeing all of these people. Everyone's brand new. I don't know anyone's fucking name, and here I am at Westlake. It was just so trippy. And then when I got a car eventually, my junior year, and I could get a parking pass my senior year, I went to go there. My insurance was fucking expired, and I couldn't get it without
Insurance.
up-to-date insurance. So I called my brother because it was under his name.
Whack.
And he was like, can you send me... I asked him, can you send me a picture of it so I can get my thing? And they're like, I can't right now. And I was like, fuck. Because street parking was the worst.
Yeah. I would always park in the promenade. Always. And I would just walk.
I parked at Baxter a few times.
Yeah.
And they always leave the note. It's like, you can't park here.
Yeah.
It's like, your parking lot's huge. It's not full.
I got called out once, and then a second time before the end of the school year, my senior year. And it's like, hey, buddy, this is your second warning. If I see you again, like, I'm going to tow it. No, I from then on, I just parked in the street. But
I parked at Ralph's once.
yeah.
And then walked all the way to school.
Isn't it crazy? Like, that's what we had to do. Like, that's how many people had cars at Westlake.
Because there was just one street for street parking.
Yeah.
It was the worst.
It.
Unless you got there.
Unless you bought a parking
after
pass.
school started, and then you could park on that main street.
Yeah.
But then that's
Well,
that's after
a lot of
first
people-
period starts.
A lot of people left at, like, lunch and stuff, and then they'd pull their cars around.
Yeah.
So I remember I did that a few times, but it was like, I was like, this is so dumb.
Park right by the fucking tennis courts.
Right in front of the bridge. But I remember being like, this is so dumb. Why do people do this? Like, all I'm doing is taking a little bit of time right now to save a little bit of time later. At the end of the day, I'm still going to be walking just as far to my car later.
Yeah. I mean, it was so competitive for me that I got to school at like
5.
6.
Yeah.
When school, or not even. I got there at like 5:30, and school started at like 7.
Yeah. When my brother was driving us, we'd wake up at 5, and we'd have to be there by like 5:30. We'd sometimes wake up at like 4:30 just to get a parking spot.
But
And that's like on the street.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm also kind of glad I didn't get a parking pass to park in the parking lot, because a lot of those, there were a lot of accidents up there too.
A ton. Yeah.
Kids are fucking dumb.
Well, yeah, it's a bunch of rich kids with their parents' cars that go fast, and they're not paying the insurance.
Yeah. And a lot of people either backed into people or just straight up hit each other. So I'm kind of happy I didn't park up there. I didn't get a parking pass.
Yeah, I do not mind at all. Plus, also the one time, I guess, Oaks Christian, like
they fucking
trashed almost every car
Yeah.
in the parking lot, bro. I mean, they broke windows and spray painted shit.
They went hard.
They went fucking so hard.
I remember that. It was a big deal.
It was a huge deal. They're like, we have fucking security. Don't worry, your cars are safe. This will never happen again. Blah blah blah. But I was like, God damn! Like, first of all, my car got egged a few times. I'm pretty sure people knew who I was, and they just decided to egg my car and shit. But at the end of the day, I was like, my car was a piece of shit anyway. It was a 1999 Honda Accord, right? So it was like, it wasn't even like, if you broke that window, it's like when my CRV window broke. I wasn't going to pay to fix it.
Duct tape that bitch.
Yeah, you break the window, my car is totaled.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I didn't pay a lot for it. I just needed to get to school, right? And to work. That's all I needed the car for. So all these kids with like these BMWs and Mercedes and fucking, some kids even like drew their parents' Bentleys some days. Like, they had fucking money, dude. Windows were broken on those. And I don't remember why. I think it was like an overnight thing, or I forgot.
No, they did it during the day.
Did they do it during the day?
Yeah.
Dude, whatever happened, and they apparently,
like third period.
And apparently the football players were talking like, yeah, they must have done it in retaliation, because I heard some football players went down and like spray painted like the Westlake W on like the rock outside of their school or something.
Oh no.
And like, that was their retaliation, bro.
That's taking it too far.
Yeah, for some spray paint on a rock, and they thousands of dollars, if not just under $100,000, bro. I couldn't imagine.
To be fair,
how much money that generated.
They are Oaks Christian kids, so they
have
afford
more
it.
money than the ones that, isn't that crazy? They have more money than the kids at Westlake.
But if take note, anyone who's listening or watching this, if you want to fuck with someone's car, you don't egg it. You don't key it, because that's fucked up. You get baloney, right? You put it on the metal parts and let it sit in the fucking sun until they find it. That will fuck their paint up. Any processed meat.
But here's the thing: if you want to take it a step further, make sure you do it on each segment of the car, right? So like, you know how the hood,
they can't get it from a scrapyard.
Hoods are replaceable, or just get a new paint job. Put one on the hood, put one on the roof, put one on the front panel, one on the right panel, one on the rear panel, one on the door, and you want to get everything just
fucking baloney it.
Just everything baloneyed. You want to go all out.
It'll fuck that paint up. It'll just be a circle.
Yeah, the kids at Westlake were fucking brutal with that. They wouldn't even TP stuff. What they would do is, I think they'd go through and like shove forks in like someone's yard, and then like those plastic forks.
Yeah.
They get a bunch of those, and then they'd crack eggs in it, and it would kill all their grass. So like, whatever you had in your yard, like some people like had like really nice, beautiful green lawns in front of their big ass $1 million houses, bro. I saw pictures. It was like bologna car and mustard. They'd throw bologna and mustard all over the car because it fucks up the paint, and then they'd fork the yard and then throw like bologna and eggs shit, and like essentially like it'd kill the yard. It'd kill all the grass. And that's crazy that you knew one of those guys.
Well, I mean, Wasabi was kind of a delinquent himself in school, based on
He's
stories.
like, I knew one of those guys. One of those guys was me.
Wasabi, did you ever go to summer school? Because if so, I may have seen you at least once and never known who you were. We may have crossed paths at least. If you did go to summer school. Because I went 3 times. Because I'm retarded.
I never went to summer school.
One time was by suggestion. The other time I needed to.
They're like, you don't have to, but you'll make friends. You're like, I'll go.
Highly recommended to improve your grade. I was like, okay, sure.
How bad was your grade? Was it like a D?
I brought a D to an A.
God damn.
It was so good that I believe my senior year, Miss Watt was looking at my transcripts, and she walked up to my desk, pointed to the A in English for freshman English. She was like, good job. I was like, thank you. I retook it.
I'm going to get another beer, and then I'm going to tell you a story. Remember Miss Tompkins?
The teacher I didn't have, but yeah.
Okay,
I know who she is.
I did pretty bad in her class. And I'd fail every test, but I always do the homework. And it was freshman year. So I never really had any friends. Mm-hmm. And she's like, if you want, you can come in at lunch and like make up the tests or like do the homework or whatever. And I had like a C or a D in that class, like for the like every progress report. after I got that, she opened it up. Come into my class for lunch. You can, work on your stuff and you can up your grade. Because I had no friends, it was perfect. So I'd walk in there and be like, hey, can I take the test or whatever? And she was like 23. So I was like, she's smoking hot. I get to chill and just like work on my history, bro. I aced that class. I got like a 98% because I was in her classroom legit every day.
With a boner.
Yeah. Working on my fucking social studies or whatever it was. Because like I got a D on like a test and she's like, that really brings down your grade. And she's like, you can redo it. And then ever since I got that opportunity, it was like, I got a B. Can I redo this?
Yeah, if it's freshman year, it's world history.
Oh, world history? Is that what he said?
No, that's just what.
Yeah, sounds right. Yeah, it was like
because it's world history or AP. It's the fucking. It's like, it's the study of people moving to places and why they do it. It's
nomads.
That. No, but it's like the fucking why people move and where they go over time.
I don't remember
history
that.
Class.
I really don't remember much of it.
Because it goes world, and then you get U.S., and then you don't need anything.
Ooh, economics.
Well, that's senior year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah,
it's been fucking like 10 years.
I was always in that class. I was like, you're pretty. I've got no friends, and I have a D in the class. I'll be there. I'll see you at lunch, baby. Yeah. My life was super sad freshman year.
Same. My freshman year was boring. I just remember... I remember a few things. No, I went to summer school with the fucking infant English, like a couple people. I never failed. I never failed English. I just got a D. So that's the point. But I was going to say, if you did, we went to the same school for summer school.
Well, everyone went to the same school for summer school. They all went to fucking the continue school, right? It was all held... Oh, no, it was always held at TO, right?
Summer school was always at TO. Which, like, sucks for those teachers.
He failed English because he's a dumbass.
I got a D because I got negative points, and to this day, I don't understand how that works.
Do you don't understand?
Yes.
Cool.
Your life is still sad, homie. I know, it is. I'm almost done with school. I got a year and a half left.
Thought he was talking to me, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, your life is pretty sad.
My life has always been sad. My life was never not sad. It's just less...
That's why he's a rapper and not in a gang.
Yeah, I'm a white rapper, not in a gang, hosting a podcast with one of my two white friends.
The whitest thing you can do.
Yeah. I mean, it really is, especially going to Westlake. I'm like stereotypically just the biggest faggot you've ever met.
Hey, we're not allowed to say that word.
I'm so sorry.
Especially on fucking Trans Awareness Day.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Be more sensitive.
Sorry. I apologize. That was insensitive of me.
I'll say you'll suck a trans person's dick. Do you remember?
That's not insensitive.
It's not. It's being open. How dare you? Do you remember back in the day when Priuses would just accelerate?
Just rolling through it. Yep, let's go.
So,
I remember.
That was a huge fucking thing. Like, Priuses are actually pretty cool cars.
Pretty cool.
Have you ever like driven a Prius or like been in a Prius?
I've been in a bunch of
Priuses.
And fun fact, they all smell the same. They all smell gross, but they all smell the same.
Yeah, I mean, I've driven a Prius like twice. It wasn't mine, of course. I would never drive a fucking Prius. I'm not a bitch. But I've driven a Prius like twice, and they're actually really fucking nice.
Really?
Yeah, and like when Nick was getting a new car before he got his Honda that got smashed out here.
Luckily, we were awake.
He was looking at Priuses, and he the guy was test driving it for us, and he was driving us around the lot, and he was like fucking going hard. It went fast. Mm-hmm. It's like they're actually.
Have you been in a Tesla?
No,
bro. Teslas. I've been in one Tesla. My roommate's boyfriend had a Tesla at one point, and we were driving to get my fucking dog wound bite, cauterized or whatever. And
the dog not put down.
Yeah, because I'm a good person. I'm a good person.
If a dog bites you, put that shit down.
I will next time. Fuck that dog.
Don't hesitate.
Next time, fuck that dog. But so we're heading back in the Tesla, and I was like, the entire way there, I'm like, I just don't want to bleed in your Tesla. And the dude was super nice. He's like, bro, like, don't even worry about it. Like, he's like, the least you could do is like give me a bit of a headache to like have to like go get my car cleaned, because like this is 100% our fault. Like, he was super nice about it. He's like, don't even worry, bro. Like, I'm not gonna like, it's not like that. Mm-hmm. Super nice guy. Anyway, his girlfriend at the time, my roommate, was like, can we show him? Can we show him? Can we show him? And he's like, now, right now, no. And then on the way back, she's like, okay, you have to do it because we're almost home. And he goes, okay. And he steps on it. And have you ever been on Soarin', California?
Yeah.
You know how when Soarin', California...
You mean California screaming right before it starts and you're sitting by the water and it's like 3, 2, 1 and just takes off?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Yes. Soarin' in California is the one where your feet are dangling, you smell the oranges, they changed it.
You're right. I'm very not smart.
It's soaring through the world, besides the point.
Okay. I'm very not smart. And you know when you're on Screaming in California and it takes off and it just goes, shoo, it just goes fast as fuck? Mm-hmm. I shit you not. That was the same experience. I literally sunk in my seat. Like the G-force from this was insane, and it was an instant fucking it was an instant reaction, bro.
So what you're telling me is save up and buy a Tesla.
I'm not saying that, but I saw Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he said, my goal is to create the most fun car you've ever had, and that was the most fun I've ever had in a car.
He's also literally made a flamethrower.
It wasn't in the car though.
No, it's its own thing.
I feel like that would have been less fun with a flamethrower involved.
Well, you're just blowing it out the fucking window.
I mean, out the window, sure, but like in the car, someone's gonna die.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll roll those dice. Take those chances.
Yeah, fucking.
But yeah, Teslas are fucking fun. And my point being is, Prius has the electric motor too. So like, I'm sure it has the same kind of like.
It's not that much horsepower, but like.
But it's got the G-force, whatever it is. Like those
sure.
electronics, they kick in faster than a gas engine would, and it feels more exciting.
Yeah, but they also had that fucking issue where they'd get stuck accelerating, and a lot of people fucking died from it.
Was it stuck accelerating or?
Their accelerator would get stuck.
Was it stuck accelerating or no brakes? I remember it being no.
The accelerator
brakes.
got stuck.
I gotta look at that up. Are you gonna look it up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink.
Yeah,
I remember.
Stuck.
I remember it being.
Okay, in a new tab, sure.
Toyota paid a lot of money for that tab to get opened.
Toyota to pay $1.2 billion for hiding deadly unintended acceleration.
How do you fuck that up, dude?
Probably in the same way, if it's a hidden thing, probably the same way Volkswagen hid
the smog check.
The smog checks. The computerization to hide smog checks because, Germans like to gas us. I say us like I was involved. I wasn't.
No, that's funny as fuck, though.
Yeah. Car manufacturer Toyota, this is in 2014, agreed to pay
sounds about right.
a staggering $1.2 billion to avoid prosecution for covering up severe safety problems with unintended acceleration, according to court documents.
You know what the crazy thing is? You watched Fight Club with me that one time, right?
Yeah, you're the only person I've ever seen it with.
Okay. The movie in the Fight Club, he's like an insurance appraiser, right? Mm-hmm. So where he goes and he looks at the car accident, and the car manufacturer says what caused this accident, and they give you basically secret information, being like, "Hey, we knew that these cars had acceleration problems," and the guy, the agent they send out would be like, "I know this car accelerates. Is this the cause of it?" And then you have to find out how much money it would cost to pay the people for like their burial, their insurance, and then he gives you the formula for it. He's like, is it cheaper to pay for this many funerals or this many recalls? And whatever is cheaper, or this many funerals, this many recalls, or this many dollars in a lawsuit. And he goes, and whichever is cheaper, we do that.
That's business for you. But yeah, the investigations started in 2009.
2009.
So it took 5 years for
to prove that
resolutions to actually happen.
Wait, just the lawsuit, right? Not the investigation, right? So they found out the issue a lot sooner. It just took a long time to gather
Things
the
were
evidence.
resolved in 2014, and investigations started in 2009. When customers were in rebellion after a series of accidents were apparently caused by unintended acceleration. So yeah, there was a period in time where Prius, which you think is a bitch car,
Was out for blood.
Generally
You
speaking,
think you calling me a bitch?
when a Prius would get stuck accelerating, going fucking, who knows how fast they can go fast.
They can go fast. Bro.
I've lost a race in my Sentra to a Prius.
They can go fast.
Going to fucking Beverly Hills. So
Priuses, and that's the thing what I'm saying too, like same thing with the Tesla, like because there's no gas, there's no real motor, it's an immediate like when I hit the gas in my car, you feel it go choo.
takes a while.
You know, it's got to fucking charge up. But for electric vehicles it's like boom.
Yeah.
It's an instant response, and the gas doesn't have to suck in all the air. Right, since it's not like an intake, there's no intake. It's just an immediate response.
It's just like plugging it in.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, like I said, it was the funnest thing because like it felt like I was riding a roller coaster home. Because like every time you got on the gas, it was like, and it was like my seatbelt on and everything. I've never felt that kind of G-force on anything, but like the only thing I can compare it to is California Screaming. It's the most fucking fun I've ever had in a car.
I don't like about some, if not, I think most like fuel efficient cars nowadays do it where they turn off when you stop.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that. When my grandma, I mean, she still has, but that BMW.
I would panic, bro. I'd be like, what happened?
The BMW that I drove for a little bit, it turns off. I mean, you can turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
You just
It's like eco mode or something.
You hit the button next to the start button, and you can turn it off. But I hate it because when you go to accelerate at a stopped light, it takes forever. The car's got to turn on, and granted, that doesn't take too long. But then you still got to go, and then like the feeling of it is just fucked.
Mm-hmm. I don't like. You know what bugs me is the sound of it, because it sounds like something's wrong with the car.
I mean, you just hear like the key turning, and then it goes. But the feeling's just off. Driving a car is 100% about feeling. If you drive someone else's car,
it feels different.
Feels different because you're so used to pushing this much force to the pedal for the brakes.
Absolutely.
This much
the
for
steering
gas.
wheel.
Everything's different.
Mm-hmm.
And especially driving is a 2018. It's a 2018. Driving like a new car, like mine's not that old, in 2014. Like there's a noticeable difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking weird. So I mean, I turned it off. Because, I don't like that. But
fuck that.
Even then, like, still driving that different of a car, driving a BMW compared to a Nissan, I never got the gas right. I never got the brakes right. I always braked super hard at first because...
Your Nissan's a little more firm.
Yeah. I'm used to, like, a slower braking system.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking, it's a lot tighter on a newer car. Especially a different kind of make and model.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the differences. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I always feel that way about video games. And here's where I get like really critical of video games, right? So like Grand Theft Auto switches up controls quite a bit, I think. Like, or racing games. Let me rephrase.
Oh shit! I could go off on racing games based on recent events. I can do that all the time. So we played that fucking Jack and Daxter racing game.
Okay,
that's the only one I can think of now. But so the racing game I played the most was probably Forza 3 on Xbox.
Accelerates the trigger.
Usually is, and sorry man, I'm gonna go in.
Go for it.
This racing game for Jack and Daxter, the controls were whack. What's the accelerate button? It's
X.
That's weird.
But like
it's different.
But like on my point being is on every PlayStation 2 game, really X was accelerate, and then it turned to PS3, and then it became the trigger.
So Xbox was ahead of the time.
I don't maybe
Xbox racing games, everything was trigger.
Well, PS3 it became trigger with like new Grand Theft Auto and all that shit. So yeah, I mean,
And Gran Turismo. Do you know about
Gran Turismo? Yeah, but Gran Turismo was also X for PlayStation 2.
That's so fucking foreign and weird.
Well, it's just how the game started out. It of course evolved into the trigger.
Because just like, even trying to like drift in that game, I had to go claw. So bringing my index finger away from the back and bringing it up to front to hit the button.
I just roll. I just go. You just gotta roll to because circle was the drift button, which admittedly is weird because R1 is usually the drift button.
Left.
Really? No.
Left is brake. It's gas and brake. Trigger and brake.
Okay, sure. If it's L2 and R2, sure.
Yeah.
But in
That's what it is in GameCube.
on
too.
PS2, it's usually like L1 or R1. It's
Still those top buttons.
yeah, for sure those top buttons for the top triggers of bumpers. But for the most part, it's just circle. So like for me, I even acknowledge it's a little weird, but like it's not like a hard thing I don't need to be like in claw for it. Because you can just roll your finger over.
And then you hit the boost, which was like left trigger.
It was, yeah.
So like, and then you boost out of your drifts, and then sure, like it was so foreign and weird to me. Something I've never experienced. It was just, it's fucking weird.
And this is my point.
Different.
This is my point exactly, right? So when you're going from a Nissan to a BMW, like the controls are just different, right? And I think I've talked about this before too. Like when I'm going from PlayStation to Xbox, or like from Grand Theft Auto Vice City to like Grand Theft Auto like 5. Granted, I might have missed a few generations, but like that, or like Splinter Cell, they switched buttons around a lot, or like Tom Clancy games, like those games switch buttons around a lot. I don't like having to relearn it. I think it, like, I don't want to say it should be standardized, but like, what the fuck were you guys thinking just doing this on a whim?
There's a game I loved. I played through it. It's called Dying Light. It's a free running zombie survival game. You basically do parkour and kill zombies. It's fun as fuck. Super cool open world game. The control layout is fucking garbage.
Yeah. I mean, it's so important, right? It needs to feel natural and right.
You jump. This is also a control layout in Halo where you can jump with the bumpers, L1, R1, or right bumper, left bumper. It's called bumper jumper. I don't know why you would do that. That's fucking weird. Why would you jump with a bumper?
Maybe
some people like it.
Some people prefer it. Yeah.
I don't understand it.
It's just preference.
You jumped with the right trigger in Dying Light default.
How do you
Can't change it
shoot?
anywhere else.
It doesn't make sense though, because at the end of the day, you always have to use these two joysticks to look around and walk, right?
Yes.
So this makes the most sense for shoot, right? So like I couldn't imagine walking around and like jumping, because you can't walk around and hit X or A or Y or B on an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
To shoot.
It's weird.
It's one of those things.
Dying Light has worst controls out of any game I've ever played.
It needs to be,
And I played through it. I don't know how.
It needs to be.
I dealt with it.
It needs to be ergonomic, right?
Yes.
That's the word. It needs to make sense.
And that's why when I play like a Call of Duty or any first-person regular shooter that has the trigger as the aim in and the trigger as to shoot. Granted, it probably do that because because triggers, it's like a gun.
It makes sense.
You pull the trigger. It makes fucking sense. And then sprint, clicking the stick, jump with the button on the bottom, A or X. Usually reload with square
X is usually like
or
an action button.
Yeah, to use.
Open doors, whatever, climb over, something like that.
Yeah, or E if you're on PC. Press F to pay respects. No one said that, but are you gonna press F?
Of course I am. Respect.
I'll give you something different. Hold on. It's got to load.
You're loading some memes. Are we getting some sus faces? Nice! Those are the fucking pay money wubby.
Yeah, I'm a sub.
If you don't sub, do you lose those?
Yeah, if I'm not subscribed. You got to pay for those, man.
Really? That's so crazy.
It's special.
That's so crazy.
One of these days I'll email them. I have to take a piss, dude. I've been drinking like
take a piss.
Like
you have been
champion.
fucking scoring on those beers. I'll peruse this and I'll entertain Raul. I've got a few things I want to ask Josh. I got a question about evolution. Shut the fuck up. Go pee. I've got a question about evolution. I've got a question about phones and video game controllers that seems fitting to me right now because we're on video games. And then the other one is Demi Lovato. We both love Demi Lovato, and I wanted to ask his take on the Joe Rogan podcast. I know I bring it up a jillion times. I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan podcast. I haven't watched it on Spotify at all because I refuse to go to Spotify. But I still get advertisements for it all the time, and I get little snippets, and it's like watching the JRE experience on YouTube or whatever. It gives you just a bit of an idea, like the highlights of what they were talking about, what they were doing, what's going on. And it was just enough to spark a question. And Josh is already back. That's a fucking world record piss time. That is the definition of I had to piss like a racehorse. So I'm gonna go with the phones and the video game controller one, and then if you want to,
the evolution one first.
If you're really feeling it, we can go into the evolution question.
Charles Darwin is my daddy.
Daddy Charles, Daddy Darwin.
I've done 4 reports on that man in my entire school life.
Really? Didn't you also do it for the drunk history thing?
Yeah, that's why I was biased.
Fuck you, dude. I wanted someone different and new. I had to actually do some research. You're just like, yeah, I know this guy. And I didn't even get to finish mine.
I did research
too. He died of
too.
throat cancer.
Yeah, you said that.
He likes cigars. Like a man.
He was a Republican. Which is the old version of
here,
the now Democrats.
That's what I'm saying. That's the bullshit thing, right? Like, not to like shit on Republicans, but like a Republican in office today would not do what he did. For like
no, because Democrats back then are the now Republicans. Republicans back then are the now Democrats.
Yeah, it switches.
They switch.
It switches so hard, and now it's like all of a sudden, like he put like people of like. He put minorities in office and in chambers and in charge, like, and like, granted, like, I'm sure not all Republicans are that way, but like stereotypically speaking, they don't.
Trump's cabinet was white.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like,
except for the FCC guy, which fuck that guy.
You know what I'm saying. Anyway, so since we're on the topic of video games, we're going to start with this one, and then we're going to go to the evolution if you guys want to. So. I had a conspiracy theory. You know, we were talking about conspiracy theories on the way to the Venmo, picking this up.
Mm-hmm.
This is a conspiracy theory I thought of. Do you think they've made phones and video game controllers bigger so men's hands wouldn't evolve to be smaller?
No. I think, if anything, it would depend. Xbox controllers haven't gotten... Okay, so when Xbox came out, they call it the Duke. The controller was way too big, so they made it smaller. The standard Xbox controller for the 360. 360 is like the perfect controller. GameCube would be the perfect controller. It's just too small.
Mm-hmm.
GameCube, perfect. Xbox 360, perfecter. So the Xbox went from the Duke to the regular Xbox controller to the 360 to what it is now. I love the Xbox One controller. It's perfect. I would like the PlayStation controller more if the sticks were in the fucking place they are. It's unnatural for me.
You like the...
But PlayStation controllers are fucking small too.
PlayStation 2 controllers are small. The PlayStation 4 controller, I think, is too oblong.
It is pretty long, but that's to make room for the menu button in the middle.
Fair enough.
I haven't held a PS5 controller, so fuck me.
Neither have I.
But the new Xbox are the same controllers.
Really?
Which is golden in my eyes.
That's how you know you did something right.
That's perfect.
They're saying we went from BMW to Mercedes and we kept all the gas and brake and all the
perfect legacy.
all the ergonomics that you liked in the last version, and we kept that in this one.
Yeah, that's what you want.
I had this thought of like, do you think it was the demand for bigger screens? Because I never really remember anyone wanting a bigger screen on their iPhone. It was more of just like my hand. Like I remember adjusting to this iPhone 6, and it was like tough. Because coming from an iPhone 4 is really small.
They're tiny.
The whole thing fits in your hand, and you can just do everything right there, right?
I think it depends.
And they've only gotten bigger. What iPhone do you have?
The XR.
May I? So you got... I don't know how much bigger, but it's definitely bigger.
It's like a centimeter, half a centimeter, quarter of an inch.
I'd say a quarter of an inch, yeah. Thanks.
Sorry. I've had a bit to drink.
No shit.
I think that the demand for screens getting bigger, like our phones, is because they've gotten more powerful, so people do more things on them. Mm-hmm. Like the photo editors, the video editors, who can't afford a fucking computer. Mm-hmm. Well, they just do it all on their phone.
This is the price of a computer now. It's about $1,000 for an iPhone 10.
Yeah, and you can get a cheap rig for $1,200 and it'll edit your videos just fine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess so.
That's
but it's only saving $200. It's like, in my mind, you might as well go in the extra $200, get a loan, put it on a credit card, whatever you got to do.
You can go to
really want to do.
You can go to the Apple Store and get a loan to their third party, 0% interest, and you just pay for 2 years. Fucking however much. My phone, it's almost done actually paying off this loan,
which is bullshit. They make more money on the phones now than they do the plan.
Well, you're paying the cost of the phone over 2 years. Mm-hmm. It's a phone plan without paying a phone plan. You're paying a loan.
You're paying for the phone, and then they just have the service, which is why everything's unlimited now. Could you imagine buying a plan that wasn't unlimited in text, calls, or internet? No one would buy that shit.
Yeah,
no one.
That's how it was back in the day.
No one would buy that shit now. And no, people would be like, 2 gigs of internet? Go fuck yourself.
That's why they only have those for old people. Like the fucking track phone wireless or like
consumer wireless.
Yeah, the orange
consumer
one.
Cellular. Sorry,
that shit's for old people because they're not fucking streaming anything.
The
on
jitterbug.
their phones.
Why do I know all these old phone carriers?
Yeah, they're all meant for old people. So they'll sell you 526 megabits of data for $20 a month.
Oh, dude, really?
Yeah. For $20 a month.
That's nothing.
And you can keep everything else on your phone. It's just, I mean, it is a flip phone and whatnot. So it's like, you can't really do much with it, but here you go. Here's this. $20. It's good for an old person. They're not watching YouTubes on it.
YouTubes, yeah. I don't know. See, here's the thing for me is
like 3 gigs is like $40.
That's such a good deal. I mean, not a good deal. I pay $40 a month for my phone, and everything's unlimited. What I'm trying to say is, like, I was gonna say, I'd do like internet at home would be like top notch, and then everything would be through the internet for me, kind of like what you guys do.
Yeah,
because to me that makes sense. And then if there's anything missing, obviously you can just upgrade it. But like, there's no cap on internet at home, but there is for cellular service, which boggles my mind. Because here's the thing, like, I came to the conclusion one day, I was like driving or whatever, and I was thinking of like cell phone plans because I had to get a new plan. And I was like, isn't it crazy? Like, you guys already have the satellite. You guys have already made money off of it. Now everything else is just raw fucking profit.
It's because you're using other people's infrastructure.
Mm-hmm. You're paying rent digitally.
Basically, yeah.
That blew my mind. It's like, if they it's the same thing. I've got all this gear, right? If someone wanted me to record them and like do a show with them, I could be like, yeah, let's do it. And like, how much money? I'm like, let's do it for free. I don't care. It's like, it's here. I'm not going to charge you for a service. It's like, we're just recording a show, you know? We're just 2 dudes drinking beer.
It's approved.
But like, these guys are like, they're like, yeah, we got satellites, we've got antennas, and we've got all this, and like, it's all been paid for, but we're gonna charge you some more. Like when Ryan's TV broke down, and the guys came out from Samsung or whatever, and they're like,
to look at it,
it's like $200 just to look at it. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Service fees.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Fees are the worst.
That's what it costs? You fucking kidding me?
And they didn't even show up.
They didn't even show up.
And they still wanted to charge them.
If they wanted to, bro, they can make the internet free and they can make it around the world. I promise you, if they wanted to, they could be a global Wi-Fi system.
Well, that's what Google is doing.
I promise you that can happen. I fucking promise you.
Because Google Fiber is free in participating cities.
Yeah, sure. But like, I know that could be a thing. They just don't do it because they need. Well, granted, they need to make money off of it, but like at the same time,
They
it's
don't need to.
they don't need to. But they
want
like
to.
But they need to pay their employees, right?
They don't have to.
They don't have to.
But companies love money.
The companies love money, and
I mean, who doesn't? Money's nice.
money is the thing, man.
My next check is gonna be huge.
Is it? You've been working so hard, dude. You've been working so much. But yeah, dude. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, my brain just triggered. I was like, yo, like, companies don't need to charge you like that. Like, they have. What are you gonna do? You gonna build another? What's up,
They are.
Ghost? Service providers, especially TV, cable, internet, are some of the scummiest and exploitive. Exploitive.
It's because
the word's coming around again.
There's basically a monopoly on.
There is a monopoly on it.
No one can start their own power business. No one can start their own cable business.
No one can start their own water business. No one can start their own anything business because fucking you want to get together and build a satellite? Good luck getting the clearance from any nation in the world launching a satellite for a fucking T-Mobile signal.
Out in Southern California, there's only one power company.
It's not going to happen.
Southern California Edison.
It's not going to happen. Imagine if I was like, Josh, let's just even assume we had enough money to go buy a satellite right now and like have a cell service. We would need a few cell towers and at least a satellite, right?
Yeah.
It'd be the shittiest service on the planet, bar none. We'd have like 2 antennas and a satellite. It's like we can connect you from here to San Francisco. That's it. And then when the satellite goes behind the planet, it's gone for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the second they are threatened, they go running, begging for the federal government to intervene. Elaborate on that. I can imagine like a bailout plan. I don't know what if there's like a specific example you want to talk about. I'd love to look into it though if you have a specific example. But I guess I get that. Like they have a bunch of money, and they want the government to like bail them out or like make them not spend as much money. Because a bailout's like a tax-free thing, right? Like it's something they don't have to really cover.
I don't know how the fucking government works.
But anyway, it's like yo, you guys don't. It's like you've seen Parks and Rec, right? It's like when she gets Wi-Fi to the entire
Who?
The blonde girl. I don't remember.
Leslie Nope.
Leslie Nope. When Leslie Nope gets Wi-Fi to Pawnee,
Indiana.
Indiana. Indiana Jones. But yeah, it's like shit like that, and it's like, yo, it's that kind of. Maybe that's what sparked the idea of like, man, you could really just give everyone free Wi-Fi. Like you
could. It's not hard.
You really could.
Would it be the best kind of Wi-Fi? Probably not. But you know.
No, but you could do it, man.
It exists.
And like, and here's the thing, like, internet is basically a utility now, right? Like,
it is.
I think it should be considered utility, like water, electricity. It should be provided. If you want to pay a little bit for it, sure, but it's a fucking utility, bro. And if you go to a public library, you can sign up and do everything online. Like it's a public utility. Like that's how people find jobs.
Do you think it's a necessity?
I think it is a necessity.
You need the internet?
I think it is. I think you need the internet these days. Yes, absolutely.
So it should be a natural right. You have a natural right to clean water to drink, air to breathe. Natural rights are the things that can't be infringed upon.
Can I take a piss and then we can discuss this a little further?
Sure.
Cool.
We'll talk about natural rights. The best kind of rights to argue about. Get the people going.
I'm down. We'll get real deep.
I'll do some fucking research.
These aren't great beers, but I'm feeling it.
It's just beer.
Yeah, it smacks pretty. It smacks a little bit. Was it 5.5?
Yeah, 5.5. Deftones. Ooh, Ghost said something.
Oof. If it's a specific example, put a pin in it. I'll bring it up. Or at least
competition businesses that squandered by bureaucracy that many times. Yeah. No, I get you. I get you, Ghost. But I mean, not but the power companies, water companies, cable companies, internet nobody can do that if their own. Like, if I wanted to start an internet provider, I literally couldn't. It's a legal monopoly, and that's super shitty. It's very unfortunate because they always say monopolies are illegal. They've been illegal since like the 20s, the 30s. It's pretty similar out here in the United States. There's usually three internet companies you can choose from, and they're really all the same. The service is all the same regardless of where you go. There's like 3 per state, really. And so there's not a whole lot of options. If you don't like one, the other might not be available in your area, and the other is just usually for businesses only. So you're kind of left with like your dick in your hand. Like, there's really nothing you can do. So it's very unfortunate. There's like 4 cable companies.
There's also like one sunglasses company, but we'll talk about that later.
And diamonds.
And one diamond company, yeah. They literally manipulate the supply and demand. They manipulate the supply of diamonds, so the demand of diamonds is always higher than the supply, causing them to jack up the prices.
Da Beers.
Da Beers.
Da Beers Diamond Company. But yeah, I always go standards from Brazil. So
what's up?
There's a lot of monopolies here.
Yes, there is.
Oh, in Brazil.
Oh, yes, there is.
I can't really imagine how business would operate in other countries.
We only know our system.
Yeah, because
barely.
I only know how we would operate very shittily as our business. But all I know from Brazil is favelas and carnival.
Carnival. I know carnival. That's it.
So natural rights are those that are not dependent on the laws, customs, or beliefs of any particular culture or government, and they are therefore universal and inalienable, i.e., rights that cannot be repealed or restrained by human laws. Natural rights are closely related to the concept of natural laws or laws. So, like, everyone deserves running water or clean water.
Is that a natural law right now?
Yeah. Everyone, like...
But you have to pay for it.
You need water to live.
But you need to pay for it.
I mean, if you go to a business, you're like, can I get a cup of water? They'll be like, yeah, sure.
Sure, but if you live somewhere...
That's the loophole.
Just fucking have 1 million employees be like, hey, walk in the McDonald's, get a cup of water, come back to work, and dump it in these ice machines. Can I get my... oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, let's get the other one. Let's get the other one going. Let's talk about some fucking natural rights.
Natural laws.
Let's get fucking lit. Sometimes I feel like we're just like college bros studying for like some sort
we
of
always
like
have been.
Law. Yeah, we're never gonna outgrow college. We never will.
I peaked.
We peaked in college. We're just studying for some like fucking law exam. And it's just like, let's drink and like talk about like rights and feelings, dude.
You can use the argument that the pandemic shows how much of a need the internet is.
Yes, fucking absolutely.
And I bet
Brazil
you,
with the dunk.
I bet you prices have gone up from last year to this year because they've seen how much people need it, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna
supply and demand.
We're gonna tack on like $5 to $10 extra per your monthly plan.
I'm going to bring up a video real quick, and then we're going to dive into this ethical debate.
Because I know in 2017, I paid $40 for internet a month.
And it was okay internet, right?
It was 100 up, 100 down.
It's really, yeah, that's really good internet. Okay, so I saw this. Look, I don't want to say... shit. I thought it was a recent video. Alec Hogg. Hey, buddy.
No.
Okay. So Josh says no.
Is this a South African channel?
Apparently. It's called Biz News.
They're based in South Africa?
They had a lot.
Based on colors and flags I'm seeing? Looks like it's South African based.
This doesn't look... like what I was introduced to a few days ago. There was snot everywhere. Oh yeah,
There are napkins here for a reason. But yeah, the price of everything went up. I remember.
I'm gonna take a step back from that then, because that's not what I thought it would be.
I work at Target. I'm a retailer, so I sell a lot of desks. As soon as everything went into lockdown and people were working at home, we've been sold out of desks for like the past 14 months.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
So
the fucking natural wood market and the desk market through the roof.
Dude, I wonder how people in the stock market just must have access to these people to be like, hey, what's really going off in sales? And they're like, desks and wood. And then the people in like Wall Street and shit, they're just like, desks and wood, all your money in desks and wood, we're going to the fucking moon.
Yeah, rest in peace GameStop.
GameStop's not dead. I thought they saved it.
It's $100.
That's pretty good, right?
It's going down every day. AMC's sitting at 10.
I hope people cashed out when they had the chance, man.
I'm sure they did.
I would have, bro. Yeah, isn't it crazy how the economy takes a shit and prices of everything go up?
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
That's fucked, bro. It's like the Great Depression when in America they're like, "Oh, you want some bread? Here's bread, $5. You want some butter for that bread? $7."
People would literally burn money because it was worthless to stay warm.
Mm-hmm. That's what it took. They're like, inflation. This is the loaf of bread. Burn it. Burn it. I'd rather stay warm. Can't eat dollars. I'm pretty sure they did. They ate leather shoes. They'd like cook their leather shoes on cash and then eat the leather.
Fact check it, because I don't believe that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they did.
I know, like in Zimbabwe, they have like $1 million note and it's worthless. Supply and demand. They don't care if you fall dead on your head. No, nobody.
No, they don't.
Nobody cares about the little man.
So shitty. The world is fucked up, man. No one gives a fuck.
Everything is built for the corporation.
During the Depression?
$1 trillion. Yeah, Zimbabwe has $1 trillion note.
$1 trillion. Yeah, that sounds
and it's
about right.
worthless.
Yeah, because $1 trillion note, it's like what? 100,000 American?
It's like 10 cents.
American?
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares? Could you also imagine going to school and having to learn that like economic system where like $1 trillion for bread?
So one Zimbabwe dollar is 0.00276319 US dollars.
Say that one more time. I'm stupid.
Let me give you Zimbabwe dollars to USD. So I'm gonna give it to $1.
Mm-hmm. $1 is how much in Zimbabwe?
I don't close my tabs.
Thank you for the follow, bro.
$1 US is 361 Zimbabwe dollars.
So
yes, thank you, Sam.
$1 trillion. That's about 300,000.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a million. 1, 2, 3. That's a billion. 1, 2, 3. That's $1 trillion. It's 2.7 billion, but that's still like comparatively, trillions are way bigger than billions, and I keep hitting the lever.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, why would you even print a bill that large? Like,
because your country's fucked.
Could you imagine though? Like, all you have to do is steal that bill. That bill's like the Mona Lisa of actual currency, and you just fucking.
But it's worthless there. It means nothing.
But in America, fucking. Beg, borrow, steal, bro. Beg, borrow. What's the Louis Vuitton has a saying about that?
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Beg, borrow, steal.
I don't follow Louis Vuitton.
It's like beg, borrow, steal. Do what you got to do to get the money, and then come out here.
1,000 million billion, yeah. 2.7 billion. That's still not a lot of money. Prune pudding.
Ritz crackers. I fucking love Ritz crackers. Shout out to Club Crackers.
They're so buttery.
Shout out to Club Crackers, bro. Those are my favorite crackers.
I just like regular Ritz. Super buttery.
Ritz are good crackers, but I love Club Crackers. Okay, this is getting me nowhere. Did people eat their leather shoes during the Depression? These people actually ate a shoe. No.
From 2015.
What foods were invented during the Great Depression?
Spam.
The leather shoe.
Kraft
macaroni and cheese?
That makes sense.
Hell yeah. I mean, it makes perfect sense, but Jesus Christ.
Toll House chocolate chip cookies?
Bisquick, Krispy Kreme donuts, Ritz crackers, Nestle's chocolate chip cookies. I am flabbergasted right now at these facts. Did people have food during the Great Depression?
No.
No, everyone died. we started over. What is the poor man's meal? One of these meals was called the poor man's meal. It's combined with potatoes, onions, and hot dogs into one hearty, inexpensive dish, which was perfect for the hard times people fell on.
Ghost Hand says a lot of best food combinations are invented during times of need.
Okay, so let's.
So I'm gonna make quesadillas when I come home drunk.
Yeah, dude, fucking melted cheese and chicken on a fucking tortilla.
Amazing.
Bank.
I do cheese and ham. I make ham and
Ham's
cheese.
good. Ham's
ham
good.
and cheese quesadillas.
Just you need some sort of meat. Yeah, man, but like, what do you think is the best thing to come out of coronavirus?
I burped and sneezed at the same time.
I know, that was gross. And then should we dive in? I'm a little tipsy right now, going into these natural rights and shit. But what's the best thing to come out of fucking coronavirus, bro? That's what I want to know.
I mean, my life hasn't changed at all. Free money, that's cool. At least.
I mean, free money to subsidize the money we lost.
I didn't lose anything, so can't relate.
Fair enough.
The concept of what
so
a
much
poor
money
meal
this year.
is changes a lot. Lobster used to be a peasant food.
Really? I'm gonna Google that. Did lobster really used to be a peasant food?
What was your favorite poor meal?
Like currently?
Sure. Like, damn, money's hard this month. Bread only. Or like, what's your favorite meal? Something you enjoy to eat that you don't have a lot of money. You can't really eat out.
Honestly, bro, and I still eat it to this day. It's just chicken and rice.
That's so fucking boring.
I know it's boring, but it's like
I hate how much
so
you like
good.
white rice.
I love white rice.
I hate how much you like
It's
it.
so good.
When we went to fucking Panda the other day.
It's so easy.
And you get steamed rice
And
and
veggies.
veggies. And I'm just like, ugh.
Bro,
Disgusting.
I defy you to find me one Asian person who's like, yeah, I'll take chow mein or fried rice.
I'm not going to Panda for an authentic Chinese experience.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying people always give me the shit of like, go to a Mexican restaurant and order a burger. Like they go,
Yeah, Del Taco.
sure, which is a great burger. But I'll go to like Panda Express or some Chinese place and they'll be like, why do you order white rice? And I'm like, because it's rice, dude. Like, and then people will be like, well, the Chinese eat chow mein and fried rice. I'm like, no, they fucking don't, dude. Like,
They do eat fried rice.
everyone I know from China who I worked with at a Chinese restaurant was like, fuck this menu and quit in 2 weeks. They're like, we don't do, it's like, it's white rice and that's it.
Fried rice does exist in Asian cultures.
Sure, of course it does.
And
But they don't give a fuck about it. They don't want to try new
White
things.
rice is huge in Brazil too. Maybe
White
the best
rice
thing
is
that came
amazing,
out of COVID
bro.
was to expose absolute incompetence of some governments.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever visit the United States, they'll tell you that they were right.
Here's what we need to accept and acknowledge, I think, first and foremost. Governments are just people. They're not perfect, right? So, like, the way is, like, if we can acknowledge that they're bad, let's just say they're bad. What's bad about them? How do we solve it? That's the question. Because no government's going to be perfect. Dictatorship, monarchy, democracy, republic, whatever government format, whatever government template you choose, it's going to be shit. It's going to be corruption. There's going to be sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. At some point, like, it'll be bad. At other times, it will be good. How do you determine that? And then, like, it will also evolve. Like, government will also evolve like humans have. Like, eventually the United States will fall like the USSR fell, and they'll be like, you know what, we need to reform everything because this shit just was not working.
I don't think it will fail so that it falls. I do think
It will.
what will happen is that a state, whether it be any fucking state, California is ideally
Texas.
the first one,
Boo.
leaves the union, which is damn near impossible. It's a
so impossible.
99% chance that it doesn't happen. But I think that what would fault the United States the most is that if a state were to leave the union.
It wouldn't, though, because if a state left the union, bro, the federal government would be like, war! And then they'd be fucking butt-fuck that state and be like, yeah, who's your daddy?
Yeah, but I mean, with the age of imperialism being long gone for like 70 years...
Could you imagine?
As soon as anyone goes to war, they'll be like, that's our fucking opportunity. And then North Korea, Russia get involved. And we're like, let's help California. You know, they're pretty valuable. They make up 1/5 of the United States GDP.
The economy, bro. The 5th biggest GDP in the world.
If anything, we established the new methods and protocols to contain epidemics. Yeah, if people listened, then this would definitely be a lot shorter of a thing.
Well, the video I was going to show you was going to be the complete opposite, actually. But
I think, okay, so it happened in like March 2020.
It's been a year, a little over a year.
I think it was projected for at least the rest of the year for me to be fucked. Mm-hmm. So 2021 would be like, let's get it.
Calm down.
Yeah. I mean, it's working on that.
It's resolving.
We got the vaccines and whatnot. So, you know, I full-heartedly believe that summer 2021 was like the projection.
Ow, I just popped my neck and I felt it in my heels.
Yeah, that's why you don't do that. Summer 2021 was the projection for good times.
Good times. I'm drunk.
At least we got all different songs to think about that.
Probably. Yeah, I mean...
But here, Obama had a pandemic response force and Donald Trump got rid of it. So...
He also had the EPA.
He got rid of that.
He got rid of that. Yeah, and you know what he did instead? He started up a space force.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool.
No, but yeah, fuck the planet. Let's go to war with other planets.
Yeah, you know, we gotta be on top of everything that comes our way.
It's like donating into the collection plate at church. Unless you make money, you can't give the church money. If you want to give the church money, that's all well and dandy. Do what you want with your money. But unless you are able to pay your rent, your water bill, and all your fucking utilities and make sure your life's good and stable, then you don't have money to spare for them. So don't give them money because it's going to hurt you. And if you hurt yourself, you're hurting those around you.
No, you got to give money to those fucking Twitch thoughts you see that show their titties a little bit.
Twitch titties.
You got to give them your money so they can acknowledge you and you can feel happy for 15 minutes.
I feel like that's a real thing. Are you okay?
No, I haven't ever done that.
Okay.
But some people do.
I know they do. And that's crazy to me too, because it's like, you know, I was talking about my roommate, bro. I was like, I'm surprised how many people have more money than me and are dumb as hell. There's a lot of people out in this world who have a really, really good paying job.
Yeah.
And they don't know half the shit I know. All they have is a college degree.
Amen, brother.
That bugs me.
Get a degree.
It fucking... No!
Okay, you dropped out.
No, I didn't drop out. I'm going back when the coronavirus is gone.
Okay.
Fight me.
So late in the fall.
When the coronavirus is gone.
In the fall, is everyone doing in-person classes? In the fall.
Can you confirm the coronavirus is gone?
It's not gone, but everyone's doing in-person classes in the fall.
I'll be back when it's gone.
Okay, so
You'll
never.
have a nice time.
So never, because it's never going to be fully gone.
It will never be gone, no. But... What the fuck was I saying?
I don't know, but I was very easy to derail you.
I don't like that shit at all.
Well, too bad. Be smarter.
I like fucking drip.
Yeah, the COVID's never going to be gone. It was around before this, just different.
It was a different strain.
COVID-18.
When you think, what happened to COVID 1 through 18? Yeah, it was just a different strain, which is crazy. Fuck, man. Well,
go back to school, lazy.
Don't tell me what to do. I don't have money right now, bro.
The school's free for you.
No.
You pay $20 a semester.
I have one more semester of free school, and then I'm fucked. And guess what? I still have like
I went to that school for 7 years and I got every semester free. So you're fine.
We'll see.
You'll be okay.
I think you say you're obese. Where did that come from, man?
That came from you.
I mean, funny though. You're obese. Shut the fuck up and go back to school, fat ass.
You'll be fine. What is 4 years is giving you money.
Huh?
The Pell Grant.
No, I know, but like, still, it's like
you can go there for free for however long you want.
I know.
So go back in the fall, lazy fuck. Like the rest of us, you contribute to society.
I'm contributing to society.
Making a podcast? How?
Pick away, dude. I shine a million ways. Made a podcast. I installed something into a bar.
Wow.
My roommate fixed the jacuzzi. I don't know.
Such big societal contributions.
What do you want me to do for society?
Learn about the world.
Look. What does I know about the world? The world's fucked, and I'm saying I don't want any part of it.
Learn how music helps.
I know how music helps. It helps me.
You don't have a degree for it.
Not yet. I probably never will. Honestly,
Yeah, it's those musicianships.
It's not even a matter of like dropping out. It's just a matter of being like, I don't really need. Look, I don't need a college degree to write an album, right? Like, I just wanted
a good one.
I just wanted to better my knowledge of music, and I have. I'm not saying I'm dropping out. Stop fucking your chair.
I can't help
Giving
it.
me shit. You're the idiot.
I like to have the tips of my toes pressed on the legs of my chair.
And your calf starts dropping it down
Like that. Yes.
Is this number 3 or 4?
There's 2 left. And I'm 1 ahead of you. These are all what I've drank. That's what you've
6.
drank.
All right, so we've each had 3. Math.
Well, that's your 2.
That's my 3, dog.
One is completely hidden by the laptop.
I know. That's why I said that's my 3, dog.
Okay.
I wasn't mad about it. I was just telling you.
I thought you were. If I look at there, it's 2. But
Bink.
for me, it's 1.
Well, casual 6-pack.
This is why we buy more. It works.
Well, I figured these would be good. They're not.
They are. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know, dude. Definitely not a wall beer.
Well, not a wall beer, but a good beer. Sure.
It's okay.
It's different.
The can's great. I love the can. I don't love the beer. All those beers I love. Not all of them. But they all have a place in my heart. Bat Squatch is probably, in recent memories, one of the best. You got any talking point? Oh, fucking natural rights.
Natural rights.
Here we go.
Natural rights.
Is the internet a natural right?
No, but electricity is.
Why? Well, you can't have one without the other.
Yeah, you can.
You can have electricity without internet, but you're right. Damn it,
Fucking idiot. Water is a natural right. You need water to live. You need oxygen to breathe to live.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need housing to live.
Mm-hmm.
Housing is a privilege.
All right, well let's talk about this then.
You need food and water to live.
Maybe those are privileges, and you need them to live. But what would better society? Would it better society to give people the internet so they can find jobs, so they can stay connected? Or would it better society to not give them the internet and they have to work for it?
I don't want crackheads on the internet polluting my internet space.
You already have crackheads on the internet polluting your internet space. Remember all those people I told you about?
And I don't want
5
them
seconds
there.
ago, and then I'm like, they're dumber than us, but they make more money.
And I don't want them there.
I don't want them there either, but they're fucking here.
Then I need a filter.
That's the annoying. Like, is there a right? Here's the thing. And Here's the fucking roadblock I always hit, bro. Is there a right answer? No. The right answer is, can we try something new and see if it works?
No, we're too late in that.
Really?
Yeah. We can't do a reset.
No, this is the time to reset, bro. This is the time to fucking have a reset.
Too late. I feel as every aspect of society becomes digital, internet will be a legit fundamental necessity. Every job, information, governmental service are migrating to be exclusively internet.
I don't know about exclusively internet, but I do see the growing rise in Look.
Chroming rise.
The chroming rise?
You said groming rise.
Chroming rise. The Google Chroming rise.
Google Chrome sucks.
The Chrome is coming. Here's the thing, right? Like,
the internet is becoming more important because everything is integrated with it.
Let's start with homeless people. Can we start with homeless people?
Sure.
Like, let's just assume those homeless people are crackheads. Every single one.
Scum of the earth.
Sure. Let's just go all in and just say every homeless people currently living in the United States, around the world, is a crackhead and they're homeless because they have a drug problem.
Love it.
If we gave them the internet, do you think not a single one of them could find a job? Not a single one of them could turn their life around? Do you think not a single one of them could possibly have a new idea that could even sprout up a new business for new income for people?
No, because crackheads don't know internet. They don't know what to do. They just know crack.
I disagree. I really...
And then they're fucking on the street corners saying the end is nigh and whatnot. And I saw God and those fucking weirdos.
That's not what crackheads do.
A little bit of both.
They just want to smoke some crack.
Some of the fucking... There's extremes on each side.
Sure. And I'm just saying, is there not one? Because I think it really just takes... If there was one crackhead who's like...
What classifies someone as a crackhead?
We've established that. Everyone who's homeless right now in the world, hypothetically, crackhead has a drug problem.
What if I do crack? Am I a crackhead?
Yes.
If I'm not homeless.
Then you're not a crackhead.
Sweet.
Crackhead qualifies you.
Gotta be homeless.
Homeless anywhere in the world right now.
Did crack
hypothetical.
once.
You can do crack 1,000,000 times. If you're not homeless, you're not a crackhead.
Okay. So as long as you're homeless and did crack once, you're a crackhead.
Nope, no crack. Just homeless. You were just broad stroking the entire homeless community.
So you don't have to do crack to be a crackhead if you're homeless.
What's your angle, bro?
I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to get specific here. Depends how deep they are in the vice. Yeah. If I do crack once and I'm homeless, am I a crackhead?
That's my fucking point. If you do crack once and you're not a crackhead, but you're homeless, and you have the internet, and you go online, and there's this job opportunity,
I'd probably look for more crack on the internet.
Sure, but here's the thing: if you open it up, maybe that crackhead opens up a new business. Maybe that crackhead has a brilliant idea and he posts it somewhere, and some philanthropist goes, "Huh, I never thought of that. I could probably make money off that. Hey, crackhead, here's $100,000. Get your shit together. Let's go."
The way the system is set up, that would never happen.
Sure.
Because someone would just steal it from them because they're like, oh, this is some fucking crackhead. They have no IPs. It doesn't matter.
Maybe it wouldn't, but at the end of the day, if a crackhead goes online and posts like this brilliant idea of this job or creation of business,
and their crack-fueled rant,
like us assholes right now, like when I tried to reach out to fucking the Ruby TV show and they fucking ignored my ass and just fixed the problem without me, assholes.
That's how it works, man.
Fuckers, fight me, eat my ass, suck my cock. Where was that from? Anyway,
somewhere deep within you.
Anyway, basically, if anyone gets on the internet like a crackhead, and I love how many times you said crackhead during this fucking show.
A lot of crackheads.
If anyone gets on the internet and posts some crackhead idea about a new business, and that business opens up because of said crackhead, then the economy, the world, the community, no matter how big or how small you look at it, a group of people are now benefiting from that idea, whether it's stolen or not.
I wouldn't necessarily give the crackhead credit for that, because how many times do you think you've had an idea that's been thought by someone else? There's 7 point some odd billion people on this fucking planet. Do you think any idea you've ever had is original?
Mm-hmm.
And if so, you're 26, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Soon to be 27?
I gotta say it like that.
That's clarifying.
Yeah. And
What percentage of thoughts do you think you've had have been original? One person compared to 7 point some odd billion people.
Well,
Like, damn. Here's a pen. It writes on both ends. I think that'd be fucking cool.
I can immediately rule out anyone who doesn't speak the same language as me.
Not necessarily.
Sure
Their
can.
thoughts can still be the same thing. Just because they speak a language.
I disagree, but it might be the same idea, but it's not in the same language. That makes it more original.
Thing. Are you stupid? Words are words. It doesn't matter what language they're in. They mean the same thing.
What color is this?
Brown and gold.
Brown and gold. How would you say? Let me finish.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh my god, you bro.
I'm mad.
No shit. Clearly, let me finish. Brown and gold. How do you say brown and gold in Chinese?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know Chinese.
So you don't know.
The words still mean the same thing.
So if I said I want to have a brown and gold design on a coaster, you'd be like, that idea is taken?
If the same thought was had in Chinese, it doesn't matter if it's in English or not. It still means the same thing.
But it should matter because they're different languages.
It doesn't make it original.
They're different processes of thought.
It doesn't make it original, though.
I disagree.
How?
It's a different thought process.
It's literally the same.
It's a different language. It's
brown and gold is brown and gold. It doesn't matter the translation.
I'm not talking about brown and gold specifically. I'm talking about the idea of, like, we're sitting here on a podcast right now speaking English.
So you think all Chinese people think different? Everyone who speaks English?
I'm not saying they think differently. I'm saying it's original if we have the same thought. Because it wasn't communicated between us.
It doesn't matter.
It does, though.
The thought is still going to exist out in the world. If someone wants to create a coaster...
It could exist, but it wasn't brought into existence.
No, whoever does it, sure, is the first. But that someone else will be like, damn, I thought about like 10 years back.
But 10 years back was so long ago, they didn't have the same kind of computing technology. So what if it was something like an app?
Doesn't matter. It's still a thought someone had. It doesn't make it original. That's what I'm asking. Do you think you've ever thought an original thought?
Yes, but I'm saying it caps somewhere. There's a bubble around you and your world and your physical being wherever you are, right? Let's say the soda can's me and I have this...
Not a soda can.
Let's say this beer can's me and I have a thought, right? There's this bubble around me now of existence. And in this bubble of existence is me, everything at that time and being, and that thought. That's an original thought. If you encompass the entire world in that, I'm sure people have more original thoughts than you give them credit for. It's just not being screenshotted or
And that's
created.
what I'm asking. In the entire scope of the world, do you think you've ever had an original thought? No individual bubbles for this one can.
Okay.
Take 7 point some odd billion people and apply them all to said can.
Mm-hmm. It's a great question. Are people individuals? Are they free thinking? Or is everybody the same?
No, everyone's individual and free thinking.
So, if everyone is individual and free thinking, then everyone has the potential to have a profound, original, unique thought.
I don't think so.
Just has the potential.
Potential? Sure.
Isn't that enough?
No.
In a theoretical basis?
No, because there's only so many things you can think. There's only so many words that exist.
Then how did we get here right now? How could any of this occurred or happened without an original thought?
I'm sure someone else has thought about it.
You think a caveman was like fucking
Cavemen don't exist
pussy
anymore.
and bear? My point exactly. That's the bubble. There's a limit.
There is no bubble. There's 7 some odd billion people.
This is what I'm saying. So put a bubble instead of so a caveman would never be like PlayStation 2, right?
No, they've been also dead for a million years.
Granted. So follow me on this thought, right? A caveman would never be like PlayStation 2.
They also didn't have words.
Follow me along with this. A caveman would never be like PlayStation 2, right?
No.
Great.
They
So
didn't have words.
Great. I'm sure they did, but who
They
cares?
didn't.
Doesn't matter. It's a moot point. Caveman is like PlayStation 2. They can't think of it, right? It's that bubble. It restricts them from thinking anything outside of their technological advancement, right? Eventually, let's just say, let's take this caveman. Eventually, what came along was electricity, so on and so forth, and now the PlayStation 2 exists. It's in existence. How many PlayStation models do you see going into the future?
None at that point.
Right now, your point in time, you're sitting at this desk.
PlayStation 1?
We're on PlayStation 5.
5?
How many PlayStation models do they make?
In the future?
Yes.
I see them stopping right now. It doesn't matter.
See, that's the dilemma, is your scope isn't big enough. I'm saying there's probably going to be at least a PlayStation 6. There will be a PlayStation 6
There
at
may
some
or may
point.
not be.
There will be a PlayStation 6 at some point. Then a 7. Then an 8. Then a 9. 10. And I could see that going on forever. Right? At what point does it stop?
Okay, so what does that have to do about you having a different thought of some other 7 billion person?
Right now, I'm providing the scope of like the caveman, right? A caveman could never
Caveman
think.
can't relate to this at all.
That's my point, is they could never think outside of that bubble or that scope of their technology or their world.
That doesn't relate, though.
I'm trying to make it relate.
But it can't.
I'm trying to.
But it can't.
I'm giving you the basis for it.
The caveman can't relate to this.
No, but he could never have that thought either. So thinking PlayStation 2 is an original thought at one point, right?
Sure. But if someone playing a PlayStation was like, damn, I like this, they should make a second one. Before Sony was like, we're going to make a fucking second one. Mm-hmm. That person has the original thought, and then Sony is like, damn, sales are doing well. We should make another one.
But it needed to start somewhere, is my point.
Sure. That doesn't mean that Sony's or PlayStation 2 is original. No.
Yes, it is, though.
It's not, though, because someone else is like, damn, I like this game. They should make a second one. Or I like this console. They should make a second one.
The argument of original thoughts is literally supported by the idea of trademarks and...
Yes, that's what an IP is, intellectual property.
So if we can have intellectual property, then we literally have a legal status of what we consider as an original thought, and no one has the other rights to it.
What is legal? Sure. Someone else just got a copyright for it. That means literally nothing. Because some other person may know a cousin back down in Alhambra who's like, damn, he said he was going to make the next Game Boy. He had this idea for a dual screen, one of them was touch, flippable Game Boy. And then Nintendo made a DS.
I feel like we're getting off topic.
I'm saying that no one can ever have an original thought.
And I'm saying
based on how many people and how many different brains there are in the world, it's mathematically improbable that an original thought exists.
Then let's focus on that, right? So an original thought. What do you have?
Yes, this all started with crackheads with Wi-Fi.
This is kind of how the show goes. We drink some beer and then we're like, one thing, let's focus in on it.
Every 3 shows we have this debate.
Yeah, it's kind of natural. Don't worry. Let's focus in on that thought then, right? So if...
Oh, no, I love this. Please proceed.
Okay, cool. I want to drink this beer. Hang on. Josh,
Hi.
What rule set to you distinguishes the terminology of an original
A
thought?
thought that has never been thought before.
Can you think of any example of a thought that has never been thought before?
Nope.
Why not?
Because it's probably already been thought.
So the caveman would never think of the word PlayStation 2. Correct? Station didn't exist. That's what I'm saying. So he could not have thought of that.
No, it's literally impossible.
So at some point, someone had to say, we'll call it PlayStation.
I'm sure someone else, if you go all the way back, millions of years, so you include caveman.
We just need one original thought to debunk your entire theory is my point right now. Do you understand the structure of that? That's all I'm saying. One thought, one original thought will debunk your entire basis right now. That's what I'm proposing.
Literally, if you were to go back to the creation of language, you don't even need PlayStation. If you were to go back to fucking 380, I didn't even spit on you. How about that?
Near me.
How about that? If you went back to 300 BC, not even before the creation of language,
straight
after that, I'm sure that would exist. More or less, fucking, let's go back to 1996.
Why not?
Good old year I was born.
Gay.
What came out that year? Do you remember anything about 1996? I'm acting like I have something specific in mind, but I don't, so I'm not looking for anything.
I was 2, and I remember going up to my neighbor and saying, "Hey, guess how many years I am this year?" And she'd say, "How many?" I say, "This many." And I did that all the way till 6, and I knew what 7 was. I remember that as a kid.
That's actually pretty wholesome.
I know, I'm fucking cute. Is that not an original thought? Can anyone else live that moment and think what I thought? Is that not original?
No one can think what you thought, but someone else can think what they thought. The same. Okay, so there's only so many words in the language,
and so many
that mean the same thing.
And
it's not about experiences.
It should be, though.
Every experience you have is unique to yourself. No one else can ever live that because they're not in your body. They're not experiencing it. They'd be experiencing it through a third party.
So you can't have original thought, but you can have an original experience.
That gets into mind and body.
I'm asking.
Sure. Yes. Okay. I agree with that. Everything you experience is unique to yourself, and no one else can experience what happens in you. Thanks. Because that's unique to you, and no one else can be you to experience that.
Thank you.
That's pretty simple. That's mind and body shit. Mm-hmm. But words are universal. Mm-hmm. They all mean the same shit throughout different languages. Mm-hmm. Granted, you doesn't mean you in Chinese. Chinese have a different word for you. Mm-hmm. So
I think you're focusing too much on the language aspect of this.
I think words are words, and everyone has probably thought something at least once compared to someone else. Okay, everyone's thought the same shit.
Let's just say there's no other languages in the world.
I think you're focusing on the first person to think
I'm not
PlayStation. Then someone else thought, I'm going to make this a PlayStation. And you consider that a unique thought?
I'm trying to solve you. Because
you're looking for the first. I'm saying that this person thought, I'm going to make a fucking toothbrush that also scratches my butt. Someone else has probably fucking thought that. That is not a unique thought. I do not think.
I don't know that.
I don't know what they got going on in other countries.
It's also definitely qualified because you're probably the first one to say that on a podcast. Maybe a million other people have thought that.
And I hate those NFL statistics.
Maybe a million other people have thought that, but you're the first one to say it live on a podcast, live on Twitch.
All of this
doesn't that make it a factor of being original?
All of this depends on the definition of original. You can create a variation of an existing idea and thus create something original.
Which is why we're stuck in this loop, because we have this point where it's like,
a caveman said PlayStation.
What word are we not agreeing on to understand each other's points of view?
I couldn't tell you. The fucking UPS man is here again.
USPS, but yeah.
The mailman. I just think that at least someone's thought everything that you have thought before.
I disagree. Everything that I thought would be me. Everything that I've ever thought would literally be me.
And you don't think...
And no one's been me because I am me. No one else has ever been me.
And you don't think over thousands of years, just given the mathematical odds of 7 some odd billion people have never thought the same word combinations as you.
And you think over the entire spanning of an endless universe, no one's ever once had an original thought?
No.
I'm enamored, bro, because, like, I would think someone with your mind who thinks numerically like that and statistically heavy would be a little more open to the idea that somewhere in the fucking universe at one point, with all the possibilities in the fucking world, every possibility ever achievable possible at one point in time, no one had an original thought. That means you must think this whole world is predestined. The entire universe is predestined when you say that.
No.
There is no freedom.
Well,
It must be, though,
there's
because...
freedom, but I mean, there's only so many words that exist.
Which means there's only so many ideas, which means there's so many actions, which means there's so many outcomes, which means everything's predestined.
That doesn't mean there's so many outcomes.
Yes, it does.
Not necessarily,
Break it down.
Just because there's so many...
Hang on. That was a great moment. That's a highlight, bro. You just earned your first highlight.
That's not my first.
Yeah, I know. But
Just because there's a finite amount of words, there's a finite amount of notes. You can't tune a piano, and there's only so many outcomes, doesn't mean that everything is already predetermined. Just like...
I know. Okay, I'm not saying everything's predetermined.
If anything, it allows for the multiverse. And say there is a universe where Elon Musk makes us go to Mars and whatnot. Elon Daddy and his emerald
and we're stuck in the one with fucking coronavirus and not on Mars already. Meanwhile, another universe is already on Mars and past coronavirus. Or never had coronavirus.
That's the multiverse for you. If anything...
It smells like hot dogs. Like,
yeah, and I'm the only one who burped on this show.
I burped plenty of times.
Oh, I haven't smelt it or heard it. Maybe they have the zombie plague.
Maybe they had the zombie plague.
That too.
That's an original thought. I would have never been like zombie plague. Never been my first thought.
That.
Is that your mom?
No, that's
dude.
Welcome back.
How? I don't. Okay, so
you know how big a billion is?
There's a huge disconnect though, right? Because like
it's 1,000 million.
Let me just focus on like Wasabi Plug's comment.
Okay.
That's in a
I already know 2 people who say that word.
Sure.
I don't know them personally.
But it was his choice to put it on this Twitch stream. Is that not an original thought?
No, someone else could have thought that.
I think actions, experience, and thoughts all coincide. That's 2 burps. All coincide. It's not a contest. Okay. You're gonna barf. Break it down. You just let that one guy bust his nut.
Yeah, unfortunate.
And that's the thing. And here's the dilemma, right? This is where I think we have to be like agree to disagree, because it's like if we just don't get each other, then we just don't get each other. But like I still want to know the words or what I'm saying wrong to where it's like misinterpreted by you or misinterpreted by me. Because like to me it just makes sense, right? Like Wasabi Plug had the thought to say "suh" in the middle of this debate, and now it's there. That's, to me, that counts as an original thought because he's the one who did it. He didn't say "suh," but he said, "I'll be the one who says "suh" during this podcast, this time zone, this debate right now." To me, that's an original thought. It's being written presently.
You don't think there's ever been a show that have had 2 people drink any form of beer arguing and someone said, "What's up?"
Not like this. It's a very in an infinite time scale. It's a very, very tiny, minute variable to this exact moment. So no, I think this moment is unique and original, as in every moment of our lives has been, and that is a good testament to that, because everything we do, maybe the word exists, maybe...
So you think everything we do is 1 in 7 billion odds of happening?
Yes, because of that bubble. At a certain point, we can't think of the PlayStation 7 or what it looks like. They have to release that. At a certain point, we can't envision episode 150. We have to do that. It's not going to happen. If I walk away from the podcast today and you walk away from the podcast today and we never do the podcast again, we stop right here, right now, and no original podcast ever happens again.
89.
89. That means it's dead. That means it stops. Right? I think it goes. I think it goes forever. I think it's like life, bro. There's that bubble around you that says anything within this and this can be affected by it. Beethoven wrote a song. You don't think that was an original song? You think everyone before him or everyone...
What's the song about? Was it about anything?
What
What inspired him to write the song?
For Elise. Those are great variables, but all of those are different for every answer. Do you understand that?
I think that's what matters the most. If anyone thought, hey, I'm going to write a song for this bitch Elise,
but if everyone,
I was like, damn, I'm going to do the same thing.
But if everyone has a different answer for each variable, then it does qualify as an original thought.
I think if anyone says, damn, I'm going to write a song for Elise, and Beethoven does, damn, I'm going to write a song, it's going to be for Elise. It's not original. It's someone already did that.
But let's just say they're two different songs completely.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
No.
It totally does. It totally does. The outcome is what matters. And this is the outcome of this original moment, this original thought. You think someone said two dudes drinking beer? Dude,
it already exists. It's two guys drinking beer.
But not two dudes.
No, not two dudes. Because you can only have so many usernames on the internet, but two guys drinking beer have a show.
And that's the point. That's even serving even more of a testament to it. You can't share a username with someone else, so everyone has to have their own username, meaning every username is a unique thought.
No, but this show already exists. We're just the longest going one.
So
Doesn't make us unique.
I think it does.
No, because two guys already did this.
So they never did this. We're doing this.
No, we've adapted. We've adapted for this.
They did that. We are doing this. This is unique. This is
two guys started how two dudes started.
But we didn't. No, we don't know that.
We kept going.
We don't know. We don't know how they started. We weren't a part of that process. We didn't break away from it. We converged and we decided to look back and be like, is there anything like us? And we were about to be two guys drinking beer, and then you were like two dudes, and I was like, fuck it, let's go. You think anyone else had that exact thought process in that day that we did? I doubt it.
Out of 7 billion people, I think it's probable that it happened at least once.
Yeah, and we're the one, bro.
And twice.
Once, twice. We shared that.
3 times.
Fuck them. We're the ones who started it. That's what I'm saying. And do you know what I'm saying? Like, there is uniqueness. There is individuality. It's here. It's this moment between you and between me. No one else would argue this argument the same exact way you and me would over some microphones on Twitch, on episode 89, whatever. Like, there's no way. There's no way. As statistically improbable as it is to have ever happened, it's as statistically as improbable as it is to have ever have not happened. Which means we land right here in this perfect moment where we exist, where it is happening. Meaning we are original, we are unique, and we are, at the end of the day, Josh and Alec, two dudes drinking beer. Sorry, on this episode, on this day and time, in this present moment, no one else could ever have said that or thought that. I promise you.
I mean, we'll never know.
I know. I say with 100% certainty.
Nothing can ever be 100%.
I say it with
100%. The only thing
certainty.
I think can be 100% is that you will die.
I took a spelling test in 4th grade, and I got 100% on that. So, whatever, dude. I got 100% on that motherfucker, so fuck you, dude.
Wow.
So
you know how to spell.
I also know how to outsmart you.
Nerd. I cheated on a spelling test once.
Well, that's not very good, is it?
No, it's not. It's the only time I've ever cheated on a test ever. In my child career. Not my college career. That's different.
Your child career?
Yes.
I have to take a piss again so bad.
I do too.
Do you want to continue this or do you want to wrap it up?
I don't like arguing with you that much.
I'm not arguing,
It
bro.
makes
I'm
me
having
sad.
fun.
Well, argument is debate. It's the
A
same
debate.
thing. It makes me sad.
I got to piss. Why are you sad?
It makes me sad.
I'm going to piss. You can talk about why you're sad, okay?
I don't know why I'm sad though.
Well-
just arguing makes me sad.
Don't be sad.
Arguing drives people apart. That's why my parents aren't together. No,
I'm the only one who can say that.
they're doing fine. I mean, I don't think that if you throw your own original, like, so, okay, let's take the show iCarly, right? 2 girls and Freddie on a camera. If 2 dudes were to make a show and we have a camera, right? It's not just because you replace the women with guys doesn't make the show original. It's still like 2 people talking online, having an internet show. Doesn't make it original, I think. But we are entitled to our own thoughts. That's what we're like as human beings. I really gotta fucking pee. Drinking does that. Ghost Hand, I hope you're having a good time. We do this every Monday, Wednesday. We're also on YouTube, Spotify. We're a improv podcast. You know, if you ever want to stick around and hang out. That was like I did like a confessional you see on all those like game shows, reality shows. Mm-hmm. So now is your time to do yours.
Okay. I have no idea what Josh said.
That's the point.
I hope he wasn't panicked about losing our friendship. That would be scary and suck. I was going to come back with a snarky comment to Josh, so it doesn't make sense to say it here alone. Josh, you're never going to lose me, man. I love you. I love Ryan. I love Oscar. I love Darian. I love Raul. I love a lot of people, man. And I'll be damned if I ever give up on you guys. That's all I got to say. It smells like spaghetti downstairs. And, whoo-hoo. All right.
I need a new fucking chair.
No.
I don't need
just
one. I
chugged
want
that.
one. That's not smart.
I know it's a little warm.
Because you drink slow.
All right. Can I say? I just want to ask one more question about the
Sure.
the debate we were just having, and then we can talk about how my parents are not good.
That's
Since
up to you,
what,
man.
So that's what you were saying.
I just said arguing brings people apart. And I threw parents in there as a
I know.
joke.
I'll elaborate on that. Just remind me that's what you said. I'm looking for a yes or no. If you want to expand, you're free to. Do you think during the writing of the TV show Community, there was someone else who had those original thoughts at the times, and then not only at the creation of the show, but for every episode throughout the entire series?
No.
Would that qualify as an original thought?
Oh, sorry. I misunderstood. Yeah, yes, I think someone may have thought that thought before. Yes.
Somewhere, anywhere in the universe.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Why do your parents leave you?
I don't know. I don't think I don't think arguing brings people apart, man. I think if anything, it's normal and healthy in some degrees. I think we do it a little more now because we have the podcast.
Well, we do it regularly, but that's on this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we've never, like, we've beefed twice, And the only time I remember was like a soda can.
So how many times? Oh, that was on you. That was not me. That was a you thing.
And I apologized for it because I realized I was being an asshole.
And I was just whatever. I didn't notice it. So how often do you think someone should argue in a relationship?
I don't know, man. Like, I think the idea of an argument... I think the
in
idea...
my last one, we only argued like maybe 4 times in a year.
I think the idea of a healthy argument in a relationship is something that we both find detrimental to our being, right? Like,
It also depends on what you classify as an argument.
Sure, I'd call this a debate. We're not arguing, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like, we're gonna eat food and watch anime after this.
Yeah, lay
like,
the fucking toilet seat down.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, even then, I'm past that because, like, I do that with my roommates all the time. Like,
That's arguing.
but it's like,
You're not debating.
yeah, well, let's figure. So let's. Before I look at this definition, I think an argument is in line with entitlement, saying, I want you to do this thing because I want you to do this thing. Not for any reason other than I prefer it, I like it, or I think this is the way it should be done.
I believe an argument is 2 people approaching a situation with 2 different viewpoints trying to reach one.
I disagree, but okay. I mean, that might be closer to the definition. Argument definition: an exchange of diverging or opposite views, typically a heated or angry one. I'm not angry.
Nope.
A reason or set of reasons given with the aim of persuading others that an action or idea is right or wrong. I think that's our argument. I'm not angry right now. I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from or help you understand where I'm coming from by persuading you that I'm right. I'm not saying I'm angry or feel any ill will or malice towards you. Die. I just want to understand your viewpoint. That's the healthy kind. Number 2, that's the healthy kind of argument.
Sure. But Toxicas don't do that.
Don't open it.
Too bad.
Too late.
Now I can only sell it for $0.1 of $1. Oh, the pages are brown too. Look at that. It's got poop.
You didn't see that?
Poop page. No. It's got Isabella on the front. No, don't take that off.
I'm not going. I'm just...
Actually, yeah. It doesn't need to be there. There you go. The calendar's on the front. It's got chicken on it. Look at the chicken.
Chicken. So, let's see if there's more definitions.
Oh, arguments.
There is, yeah.
There
The
should
third
be.
definition of argument is an independent variable associated with the function and determining the value of the function. For example, in the expression y equals
That's
f,
math.
left parentheses, x1 comma, x2, end parentheses, the arguments of the function f are x1 and x2, and the value is y. Another term for amplitude, sense 4, a value or address passed to a procedure or function at the time of a call. The middle term in a syllogism. Number 4, linguistics. Any of the noun phrases in a clause that are related directly to the verb, typically the subject, direct object, and indirect object. What? 5, archaic. Ooh, that's a dope word. A summary,
Old.
A summary of the subject matter of a book.
What's the summary of this book?
Damn. That's a deep meaning.
There is one answer right now.
Calendar.
Yes, there you go. That is the only answer to what is the summary of this book.
Journal.
No, it's a calendar right now.
Whoa.
That's all this book exists as.
But it's also open to be whatever it is written in it.
Sure, but that's not what it is right now.
All right, but it's open to it.
Sure, but that's not what it is
Okay,
right now.
but this is when an immovable force meets an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
It's funny because you only say that phrase in one way. Because if you were to say this is what an An immovable object meets an unstoppable force just sounds wrong.
Because the immovable object doesn't meet it. The immovable object stands still and gets met by the movable force, the unstoppable object.
Yeah.
So it can't be met. It has to get approached.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out a quirk. Usually things can interchange, but that's the one thing where it's like, this sounds wrong.
Well, it probably sounds wrong because it is what happens with an immovable object.
I'm just pointing out a quirk, man. We don't need to go into this.
All right. Fair enough. Are you hungry?
Why do your parents leave you?
Oh, I was just going to say because they had the unhealthy kind of arguments.
Okay.
I don't want to get too into it.
That's
They had the arguments definition number 1. We're having arguments definition number 2. Their arguments were an exchange of diverging or opposite views, typically heated or angry. An example, I've had an argument with my father. Wow, too real, Google.
Abort. We gotta go.
Definition 2. A reason or a set of reasons given with the aim of persuading others that an action or idea is right or wrong. I would also say that doubles as a debate, but that's what
Debating is just arguing.
That's what I'm saying this is. It's not an argument in the angry sense. It's an argument in the this idea I think is right. And you're saying this idea I think is right.
A debate.
Mm-hmm. And the example for that is there is a strong argument for submitting a formal appeal.
I'm not going to appeal to anybody about this.
I got nothing to say after this. Look, every podcast, I forget the last podcast, and then we just drink and eat and watch anime.
I don't remember what I did yesterday.
I don't remember anything.
I just know that I worked twice in one day.
That's tough, man.
It's all right. It's not that bad.
But look, man, this argument's not going to tear us apart, if that's what you're worried about.
That's what you think.
It's only going to tear us apart if...
one of us lets it.
If you let it, yeah.
One of us lets it.
If one of us lets it.
I'm not the sole responsible person for it.
You are not. You're right. We are both either responsible or not.
We are both equally held accountable.
We are both either the responsible party or not the responsible party.
Equally held accountable.
When an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Gross.
I know, right? What are you hungry for? I want spaghetti.
Ghost Hand, we usually open up this segment of the show. This is the end. We open this up to anyone who wants to know any questions that they've had. We will answer them. If you want to know anything about us, we'll answer the same things. But we're going to end the show pretty quick here. So unless you have any burning questions you'd like to ask, we're about to head out.
I'm going to take a quick picture of this chat because... he agreed with me. He said we're original.
Okay.
And I'm breathing heavy.
Because
I'm hungry. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and catch up on these chats. I wasn't actually reading the chat. I was super into the conversation. And that's you said it's probable. That's another thing. Probability and chance are two different things we found out.
Oh, yeah, that's known.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that.
I didn't know that before the Naruto game. Or maybe they had a zombie plague. So, I'm way behind. Mm-hmm.
It's actually a really nice journal.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and spongy.
I bought one like that without the...
Tom Nook.
Without Tom Nook on the cover.
The greedy
from
Jew.
CVS for like $12.
$12. I got this for free. Loser. Capitalize. Well, we got nothing in the chat.
Yeah.
So
looks like you pieced out. Thanks for hanging out with us, Ghost Hand 248. 46?
246.
I need glasses so bad now all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, you could just Control Plus it, make it bigger, probably. I mean, I don't know how it works on a fucking MacBook.
No shit!
You retard.
You know everything, bro.
More shortcuts are universal.
Wow.
Oh, I know. Probably works on your notes, too.
I'm flabbergasted. Is it the 31st today? No,
yeah,
tomorrow.
The day that doesn't exist. No, that is today. Why would your computer show you tomorrow's date?
Oh, today is April 31st.
March.
Chill, bro. Why are you so angry?
Because you said today is April 31st.
I'm not trying to have an argument over what day
April
it is.
31st does not exist. It's a fake day.
Is it the 31st?
Yeah,
March
it's March.
31st.
So you said
Tomorrow, April Fool's Day.
Sure.
That's all I got planned. And then Good Friday. Saturday, and then Easter. My roommates want to have a barbecue this weekend, so...
Well,
unless you want,
is closed.
Unless you want to make plans, make plans.
Well,
Either that, or we might have some extra chicken legs if you want some chicken legs.
my mom said I'm not allowed to eat ham. It's bad for me.
Really?
Yeah. So no more ham.
Fuck, dude.
My name is Josh.
My name is Alec. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Bye.